Well, we had a really, really good meeting with Southern Guy, our old boss. Our old boss is back at CBS Radio, running the radio division here, and had a great meeting with him. When was that? 2 days ago?
Yeah, about 2 days ago.
And he wants to take the poker tournament to all the cities we broadcast.
Like to the cities? Oh, yeah, all the cities we do, and have like a Hold'em tournament.
How cool would that be, though?
With qualifying and then maybe like a big
finale in Vegas?
Yeah, something like that. That'd be really cool.
I am selfishly glad that it's not going to happen this weekend. I'm going to be in Nashville, so I would rather have it when I could go to it.
Yeah.
So it's the last weekend I couldn't.
So everybody, go see Jimmy in Nashville.
You can, if not. I'm just happy I'll probably go to that card game and pick off a few drunks. Thank you.
Pick off a few. You're like a lion at the edge of the watering hole looking for some limping gazelle.
Limping, vomiting. I want a gazelle whose head is spinning and is throwing up. I'm depressed.
Jimmy wants a gazelle that only has 2 back legs.
Low self-esteem.
I say that because of the video that is creeping all of us out today. I'm sorry. It's just downright creepy.
Who is saying
it's Chihuahuas?
This is cute?
Chihuahua.
The news is saying this is adorable and cute. It's horrific. This is a horrid story.
And, God bless the animal rights activists. What can I tell you? But to me, watching, I'm horrified.
There are these Chihuahuas. Why don't we just play the story?
I think this is Marge's joint.
Maybe, no, is it?
I think.
I thought it was North Shore.
Oh, she's not North Shore?
No, she's Little Shelter.
Little Shelter.
Marge and the Little Shelter out there in East North.
We have a love-hate relationship with good old Marge.
Yes, we love animals and hate her.
So, what does she call that place where all the cats are kept? A cat. It was like a catatorium, or
some dumb thing.
Some dopey name. She goes, and it needs a new roof because it's leaking. Shut up.
She's leaking and needs some help.
Please.
All right. All right. Well, we got legless Chihuahuas just creeping everyone out. It's your video of the day. I'm sure this is a national video, right?
Not cute. Oh, yeah.
It has to be. Here's the story.
All right, those 3 disabled Chihuahuas we first told you about yesterday are now leaning on each other to get a leg up on life.
Oh, enough with the puns.
That's terrific.
That's terrific. They've been adopted by Heather Mills.
They make how many more leg jokes? But we pause now for this story.
We need.
Leg up on life. It's puppy love of a different kind.
All right.
They grab your heart as soon as you see them.
Ew, that sounds vicious. They grab you by the heart?
Sounds like a horror film.
They are nasty, legless Chihuahuas chewing out your heart. Enough with these. They're not cute.
Do you blame them?
They're horrifying.
They're a little bitter. Of course they can chew out your heart.
Old callous chests.
Right.
They're just walking around dragging their chest on the ground. One has a leg that looks like a chicken wing. I just want to put some buffalo sauce on it and bite it.
As you see them.
Pablo, Carmen, and Venus are 4-month-old Chihuahua pups
Venus,
that were
that's
born
funny.
without front
Venus
legs.
de Milo? No?
But don't tell them that.
Together they have legs because they help each other.
Joke.
The missing limbs are most likely the result of overbreeding or inbreeding. The puppies were born to a backyard breeder in Virginia who took them to a local shelter.
That shelter was not able to provide the physical therapy that they need, the time that they're going to need, and frankly, they just weren't sure that they would find anybody that would want them.
So the 2 sisters and brother were brought to the North Shore Animal League in Port Washington, and all 3 are making great strides.
Yeah, but
yes. Here's a question that's going to stump you. Who will adopt them? Get it? I bet it's kind of a drag being them. We get it. They have no legs in the front.
Right.
You ever see when they put the wheels on the legless dogs and they don't have back legs and they just put the wheels on them and they're walking with the front leg? I would just go, hey, what the?
It's part machine!
Robo-dog. It is horrifying. They're not cute. And the news people go like, aw, No. Ah!
My favorite dog accessory is the lampshade, though. That is like you mortify your dog.
Nothing looks more pathetic.
You know, if you were able to talk to your dog, they would say, "Look, let me just eat my body alive.
Yeah.
I don't want to look like this."
Hey, E-Rock, what if we got you a big funnel for your neck that you can't get your arm around to feed yourself? Would that make you just throw muffins? He'd be begging people to just throw things in his funnel.
Could you throw a muffin in my funnel? Like some carrots? I certainly wouldn't.
More on the Chihuahuas.
You just have to admire how hard they struggle each day to do simple little things.
And while the little playful pups are learning to use their hind legs to do things, the North Shore Animal League is hoping a prosthetic can be made to help them out.
We want them to have an option when they're eating of being on all fours because we don't want them to put too much strain on their back muscles.
And they clean each other, and they also do the thing where when they have a bone, most normal dogs hold it between their front feet. They don't have front feet, so one will lean on it while the other one chews it, and they take turns.
The North Shore Animal League is confident these little guys will find a loving home. And they're positive they'll give someone unbelievable joy. ×3. Very cute. All right, those puppies will go up for adoption in about 4 months. They will have to be taken together.
Definitely, because they help each other.
They need each other.
So sweet.
So you got to take 3 freakish Chihuahuas.
I'm going to go in there and ask for, I'm going to go, where are those bad dogs? The ones that God punished. Where are they? You know, and just hold a lighter in my hand. Where are they? I want to adopt them and love them.
Come in with a burlap sack. I've come to adopt your dogs.
Yes. Throw them in the sack. There may be nails in it. Be careful.
I don't know. It's not cute. I don't know one person that would find that cute. It's really kind of freakish when you see a one-legged dog. You ever see those trotting around town? Oh, yeah. And you're going, hey, look at the... ew.
3 legs.
Stumpy.
3 legs is easy.
3 legs they can kind of get along with.
They figure that out pretty good.
But the 2 legs gone, that's
2
rough.
front legs missing, that's a toughie.
Yeah, even the back legs, like I said, I put the wheels on them. It's fine.
Right,
Your little Hot Wheels dog.
Right.
Just put you know what? Just put a spring in between their body parts. It'd be like that old toy with the spring in the middle. It's an old dachshund. You pull them. It's a slinky. It was a slinky dog. That was it. Yep. I'm kind of going back to 1965 toys. Jesus.
They're kind of cute, actually.
Well, Michelle thinks so, too. Michelle in Jersey, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey.
I think they're adorable. They look like little velociraptors.
Yeah, once they start walking on their hind legs and their nails tick on the floor, little velociraptors.
Sandra Bullock said she has one, and he can walk up the stairs, and when he walks around, it's a bigger dog. It's not a Chihuahua, but when he stands up, he's up to her shoulders.
Sandra Bullock has a dog without 2 front legs?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who would know that?
Not at all.
She's kind of way down on the look at me, look what I adopted scale, though, as far as celebrities go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're adopting all sorts of crap in Hollywood.
Yeah. Legless
right,
dogs. That'll be the new thing.
Cute. Little Chihuahuas are cute. I would like to nuzzle them.
Chihuahuas are neurotic, very hard dogs to keep anyway.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine having to care for 3 of them, all of them without front legs. No.
I bet that's got something to do with genetics.
Look, they said, the inbreeding. That's wonderful.
Kangaroos.
Well, that pretty much ends the breeding for them because you ever see dogs going at it? Without front legs, it's pretty much over. You're smacking your snout on their back. There's no way.
Oh, they'll figure it out, though, man.
Some do-gooder will help them.
Yeah.
I'll hold this one.
Strap them on with a belt.
When it comes to sex, you always figure it out.
Figure it out.
Hey, man.
They can't do that little trick if their hiney itches, where they slide across the carpet. Think of all the little doggy things they can't do.
Speaking of figuring it out, you guys seen Murderball, right?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I have it, too.
The sex ed video for people with paralysis could be one of the funniest videos I've ever seen.
Even the guys were saying it's ridiculous. Talking about them on the air,
Yeah, talking about figuring out sex.
Mm-hmm.
They have a instructional video for people that are paralyzed on how to get the job done because the unit still works.
Right.
And a technique of the woman, they showed in this video clip in Murderball, the woman completely naked in the bedroom, and he's naked in his wheelchair. Now they got to get him on the bed.
Right.
So she gives him like a bear hug. Now she's like a little gal. So then she gives him a bear hug and like just falls backwards on the bed with her, her naked boyfriend.
I've had to do that, but it was because of intoxication. Just fall on top.
Murderball is one of the most amazing documentaries in general.
Yeah,
but
we had a couple of the guys on, and they were pretty cool. They actually pointed out that the sex ed video is ridiculous.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Those guys were really, really cool. God, I can't get enough of the bikini babes. I can't get enough of this.
Yeah, what the hell is this story? They figured out how to bring babes into coffee land?
Well, look, Starbucks pretty much taking over the world, and this coffee place figured out a way to get their business up. And it's just girls in very tiny bikini tops. Think drive-through. You drive up, and there's a girl, well endowed or whatever. Well, all sorts of shapes and sizes in tiny little bikinis getting your coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
And this guy's just lining up before work to get a nice little peek and a nice cup of joe before they head off to the office.
The best part is getting the milk put in it.
I like mine light and sweet.
Very light, yeah.
I think we should start doing our radio show topless, because topless gets business flowing.
I don't think it would have the same results here.
No?
No.
Sure?
As a matter of fact, I'm sure of it.
Why don't we just try?
All right, E-Rock, take that shirt off. I'm kidding, of course.
All right, here's the story.
Hello? It's the coffee stand that attracts lots of men. Credit the coffee. Here you go.
All right.
Or credit the bikinis.
Did you want a drink, too? I think it's a lot of fun, actually.
What are they, 8?
I know.
What the hell was that?
On May 1st, this Mission Street coffee
Helium coffee?
Coffee
The hell is that?
You man. Hey, you want to go? Hello?
It's the coffee stand that attracts lots of men. Credit the coffee.
Here you go.
All right.
Or credit the bikinis.
Did you want a drink, too? I think it's a lot of fun, actually. I like it.
On May 1st, this Mission Street coffee stand called Coffee Nation decided to take it off and have baristas don bikini tops.
Well, I was like, might be kind of weird, but it's actually been so much fun, and I won't lie, it's really helped with the totes.
From $25 a day in tips per girl to $80. Who would you give your tips to?
Goddamn guys, man. God bless yous. You know, it just goes to show you. That says it all right there.
Sex sells.
$25 to $80.
From 25 to 80, they might as well just say from A cups to C cups.
Yeah. Is that how they sell their coffee? I'll have a D cup of D cup espresso.
With extra foam. I need foam.
That's hysterical. Of course.
Sex
if
sells.
you go into a coffee shop where there's some hot girl in a bikini top, normally you would just maybe throw your change in there or whatever if you get a coffee at Starbucks. You know. Now you're making a concerted effort to take money out and impress the girl by going like, hey, nice.
Because you're kind of just hoping.
Shove it down her top.
You're just trying to hope. You're hoping and hoping.
Thank you. Can I help you now?
That voice.
Shut up and get me my coffee.
That's great.
Isn't that
$80.
Isn't that great?
Per girl to $80. Who would you give bigger tips to, me or her?
Oh. Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa, I almost hit the dump button there, kids.
Bigger tips.
That's what I heard. You know something?
Whoa.
It's amazing how quickly the mind works. Because I heard the beginning of that word. That word lasted how long? A fraction of a second. Yet I thought we were in trouble.
From $25 a day in tips per girl to $80. Who would you give bigger tips to, me or her?
Her.
What's wrong with my suit? Proof that skin sells.
Although I work at a car dealership, so you've got 30 guys that are all like, hey, let's go to that bikini coffee place. Let's go to the bikini coffee place.
But it wasn't always this bare at Coffee Nation. Up until 3 weeks ago, workers wore shirts.
All right, here's the problem with the whole thing, though. Because more of these shops are popping up across America.
Popping up.
There's not enough talent.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Hooters.
Not enough talent.
Oh my God! You know, you go to Manhattan. There's a wonderful Hooters, right? You go.
Yeah.
It started in Florida. You would go and search out the Hooters, and then they open up a Hooters out there on Long Island in the middle of I forgot what town. It's like, oof, the town is a little thin. It's a little watered down at this point.
Get way out there.
See, if they keep it right at this level, you're going to see just really hot girls serving you the coffee. If this continues, this trend, oh boy.
You can't water down the talent. Yep.
Got to keep the talent up.
I'm sick of the hot chicks. I want to open a place called Fatso's. And all the girls have to wear bikinis, and you can't get hired unless you're 350 or up. You have to be just a disaster.
Yeah, it's like the major leagues. There's not a lot of left-handed relievers after a while.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta recognize the talent and not water it down.
Yeah. Well, this guy, I'm sure, is going to try to franchise. It's called Coffee Nation, I guess, and get it all over America. But he's going to realize, oh boy, and then he's going to have to drop his standards to fill up these coffee shops with the girls.
Yeah.
All right, we got a little more on this.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted watching the Olsen twins do a photo shoot.
Enough of these two junkies.
What? Junkies?
Yuck.
Yeah.
Not a big fan.
Remember when the big countdown was on?
Yeah.
To when the Olsen twins were going to be legal?
What a big disappointment.
The second they crossed the line of legality, something happened.
I know. It was the longest 11-year countdown of my life.
They're all fidgets. They're both fidgets. They didn't grow into these women we thought they were going to grow into.
Right. Hey, I mean, we could talk about that, but we got two really good calls here. Flea Man, what's up? Go ahead.
Hey, how long until Stalker Patty starts working at this coffee shop?
See, that's exactly what we're getting at. Right now, you got the hot babes.
Oh, God.
Looking really good in their bathing suits, and eventually they're going to have to, accept Stalker Patty at one of these places.
Yeah, at first you get, thank you. Turn around here. What do you want? And then, hi, can I help you? I'm Patty. I'm wearing my bikini top. Although she would, like we said before, she dressed in one of those, 1918 women at Coney Island bathing suits.
All the girls are counting their tips at the end of the day, and the hot babes are just counting $100, $200, $300 today, and that Patty's like, I made 75 cents.
You just hear change hit the table. You tell Ty Webb I'm gunning for him.
Right.
That's how Patty gets tipped.
Clink, 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 clink. Falls off the counter on the floor. She has to pick it up.
Well, somebody gave me a $5 tip. And that's all she has, $5. These other women are counting out hundreds.
Driving up in Porsches and stuff. And there's Patty still taking the bus.
Patty gets out of the bus.
Ready for work.
I got my bathing. She's wearing a bathing cap. Keep her hair dry. What an awful bit of humanity she is. They tell me to look a little sexy.
Oh, my God, that is funny.
They all have nice cars. She has to ride home in that bag that hangs behind the horse.
But that's what happens, though. The town's going to get watered down in these places. Let's say hi to Eric in Queens. Eric, what's up?
Hey, that first clip you played sounds like it's more like the Progeria coffee shop.
Progeria kid coffee shop?
Well, yeah, listen to his voice.
Those kids that are 90 years old, they've aged 90 years in 5 years.
Some great observations. Listen to the voice.
Hello?
It's the coffee stand that attracts lots of men. Credit the coffee.
Here you go.
All right.
Or credit the bikinis.
Did you want a drink, too?
Thank you. Well, Maury, I'm just a kid. I like to play baseball and serve coffee.
I got a job at the Coffee Nation.
I got a job at Coffee Nation, even though I'm just 10 years old. But, with the Progeria, I aged. I'm at 85 years old now. So I'm trying to go through my life the best I can. But I'm just a regular kid. Yeah.
I like skateboarding.
Yeah. Now we'll just sit and watch the veins pulse in my head.
You're a great inspiration to everybody.
Thank you, Maury. Thank you, Maury, for bringing us all on and parading us around like a freak show. We all know that's what you're doing.
No, I'm helping. I'm helping the children. Here,
Maury, just don't down my back and tell me it's raining. Because I'm on to you, Maury. Everybody is. Why do you think you had what? Tell me something, Maury. You bring Progeria kids on like me, and I'm just a regular kid, even though I look like I'm 95 years old. why did you have the fattest kid in the world, who's 2 years old and weighs 180 pounds, why'd you have him wear a diaper and walk out on stage? Maury, question? Answer, please.
Don't forget the buffet was there, too, for the kid.
Maury, why'd you have a buffet for the little kid? The fat kid.
If you were truly helping him.
I wanted to show how much this child eats and how wrong it is.
Yeah, okay, Maury, you're full of and we all know it. I'm a little kid, but I get to talk like an adult because I'm 85 in real years.
I wish I could do the voice, because, oh boy, here comes the boy band that no one cares about. Yeah, that'll help my situation.
Now, you know who we got a little surprise for you today.
Do you, Maury? Do you?
Yeah.
We're going to bring out the hottest boy band around the nation. Let's bring out Boy Express.
Right.
Boy Express? Who the are they, Maury? Boy Express?
That's always some boy band no one heard of.
I've been around for 85 sort of years.
And also, one lousy song from them is going to make everything okay with the Progeria kid or the what are the dwarfs?
The primordial dwarfs.
Primordial dwarf. That's going to make the kid's life okay. One song from a band known as
We heard your favorite band ever is the Downtowns.
What?
And there's this poor girl sitting there that's like had her jaw put back on backwards, and she's sitting there going, no, I'd never heard of these kids. We couldn't get any of the real boy bands. Goddamn, Maury.
We love them. Hey, I'm more on the coffee shop before we take a break.
The owners of Coffee Nation say they were forced to go to baristas in bikinis after the city installed this median, keeping cars from making a left turn into the coffee shop.
Since people can't get to us easily, we need to figure out a reason for them to get to us because they want to.
3 rights make a left.
That decision has doubled business.
My wife's okay with it.
Well, I came here for the coffee. It's a great concept. I wish I would have thought of it first.
Do you ever feel exploited doing this?
Like Travis.
No, not at all. I mean, it's nothing. It's not like you would see any different at the beach or something.
Yeah, see? Wouldn't see anything different at the beach. So you should be able to go into your office in a bikini.
I love the guy who goes, I come here for the coffee. Oh,
come here
God.
for the coffee, really? I do, please.
Please.
Is my wife going to say this? It's like that Honeymooners episode. I'm the king of my castle. And he gets home, he gets in trouble. He's going, I come here for the coffee. I swear I do. His eyes are shifting back and forth. He's looking right down her cleavage. I come here for the coffee. I come here for the... No, the coffee. Oh, why did I say the... Oh, God. Could you edit this, please? I got a wife at home. Oh. I come here for the coffee, not the beautiful, lovely... Oh, I'm screwed.
I come here for the coffee. Yeah, sure you do, buddy. Sure you do. I imagine a lot of guys are just driving up, getting coffee, and throwing it out the window. They don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
Because it's cheap.
You just see people making that U-turn you're not supposed to make, heaving coffee cups out the window.
There's a huge puddle of coffee in the parking lot with a bunch of cups around it.
The guy drives through it, splashing everywhere.
As they're paying for it, you see a Starbucks in the cup holder.
It's like, holy crap, this is so much cheaper than a strip club.
I'll take that. Here's your coffee, sir. Keep it.
$2 and I get to see that? I come here for the coffee.
Come here for the coffee. I swear to you, I come here for the coffee.
Please don't show this on TV.
Oh, God, I'm in trouble.
If you only knew what a mess I live with, this is my only happiness. Jeff, what's up?
What's up, boys? How you doing?
Hey.
Jimmy, I need you to give me the proper welcome. Welcome to the program, Jeff.
Okay.
You just did it.
Jeff, you gotta understand the show. We're rocking right now.
That's right.
If we were slow doing nothing, then that would eat up time, and we would love that. But right now, it's like, get right to it. Let's go.
What do you got?
All right. Well, this whole thing's a sting operation. You walk in there, and Chris Hansen comes from behind the back room. Oh, yeah, you're here for sex.
Hello. Did you come here for the coffee? I swear I just came here for the coffee. We have it on good authority. You came here for the sex. You were looking at that girl's weren't you? I came here for the coffee. You're Chris Hansen from Dayline. I have a family and a job. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor. You should have thought of that before you came to the coffee shop that shows. Okay? You came here for sex.
You think the guys, before they pull around, are like just primping themselves?
Like breathing heavy?
Yeah, just trying to see how...
Do they have the drive-thru like the Starbucks does?
I don't know.
What's your order, please, sir?
I'll have, just a cup of coffee.
What would you like with that, sir? Would you like any cream or sugar?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nothing for me today, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It reminds me of the hot dog truck.
Just some napkins, please.
Remember the hot dog truck on Long Island?
Yeah.
They got in a bit of trouble, these two go-getters. They were housewives with kids, and they either bought or were renting a hot dog truck, and they were like doing lap dances.
Yeah, they were giving guys lap dances in the hot dog truck, in the weenie wagon.
And some do-gooder out there like told the authorities.
Ratted.
Who would snitch?
There's
on
always
that?
a tattletale that's going to tell, like, why would you tell in something like that? There's lap dances beginning in a hot dog truck. Who cares? Right. You go for lunch, you're on the job or something like that, you grab a hot dog, and somehow you find out through word of mouth that they're giving lap dances. You toss the broad a 20, and there you are, getting a lap dance.
Yeah.
Who's going to go, what? I have to alert the authorities. What the hell is that about? Would you like a hot dog? Yes. No. See, we offer
hot dogs.
We offer like
in our own special bun. Hot dog, special bun.
You know, hot dog buns, things like that. You know, what are you getting at? Look, if you come around back for $20. Why? Oh,
why? I never.
Why? Where? Officer! Officer!
Look, I understand you probably don't want that in your neighborhood, but I just never understood the mindset of the guy that had to, bust these situations.
Had to rat it out.
Yeah, the rat. Why I never.
Oh. Well, I think Officer! Yes, come here! Stop here, sir! Sir, there is a prostitution ring going on in the weenie truck. No, I came for a hot dog.
I know it sucks. The cops know, but now they have to do something.
Now they have to do something.
My God,
oh, sir.
You ass.
Citizens arrest! Right. Citizens arrest! You're in trouble now, ladies.
There's a knowing look from the ladies as the cop walks up, like, oh, yeah. I know, ladies.
A wink
and
a nod.
I've had about 100 hot dogs here, but now I got to do my job.
Cop has the talk with the girls around back. I know, but now we got to do something about it. Some guy. What can we do, ladies? I'm sorry. I know you pushed your luck. Some rat.
Yeah. Let's say hi to Stacy real fast. Stacy, we got to take a break, but what do you got? West Palm Beach, Florida.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey.
Hello.
I used to be a nightclub consultant, and I was consulting in a strip club, and one of the girls behind the bar got pregnant. And usually when girls get pregnant, they know they can't do their job anymore, and they just take a leave of absence or they quit. This girl actually stood up and said that we had to find a job for her, and we had to keep her employed because of labor laws, and turns out she was right, and we actually had to let her bartend behind the bar up to 8 months pregnant.
At a strip club? Did she say strip club? I forgot.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought
it better be. If it's just the bar.
Yeah, that seems a little weird. Yeah, I mean...
You kind of don't want to look at pregnant women when you're at a strip club.
Unless you're saying a fetish or something.
The bartender at the strip club is a weird phenomenon. I always find that weird. They got to dress kind of scantily clad, but they never take their clothes off. And it's an odd thing.
They're the prudes.
They're the prudes of the strip club. They wear very revealing stuff, but they never take it all off.
They go home and write in their diary.
Yeah. Never get a buyback either. Strip club. Only happened to me once, and it was because of who I was with.
What's a buyback?
Like if you're buying drinks and they go, hey, this one's on me.
Yeah.
You just don't get that.
Let's say hi.
Yeah, the girl at the strip club behind the bar is the one saying, I'm no sex object. Look where you're working. Look at where you're working.
Let's say hi to Ryan. Ryan?
Hey there, Ryan.
Ryan?
Just want to say that Anthony's on fire today. And
Yeah, that
Put me out!
That needs to be acknowledged.
Oh, my God! Thank God the fire department's here! Put me out, I'm on fire!
Audio. Anchorman, we love when the news messes up. Check this one out.
He'll be back. Last night, round 2, I was around 2 o'clock in the morning, you see, G. Jesus, I was flipping channel on ESPN2. They had vintage McDonald's All-American High School Dunk Contest.
Wow, what was it, mic'd?
I don't know, man.
Damn, how does that happen?
The guy was doing his thing, and then he let out a little gas.
You move like 2 inches away
He'll
from
be
the
back.
mic.
What?
Sounds like you move 2 inches away from the mic. It sounds like this.
Yeah.
And then you got to be on the mic. Yet it's going, a couple of feet.
Maybe that part of his body had something a little more interesting to say. Knowing half these idiots on TV.
He'll be back. Last night, round 2, I was around 2 o'clock in the morning, you see, G. Jesus, I was flipping channel on ESPN2. They had vintage McDonald's All-American High School Dunk Contest.
There's nothing funnier, dude. You can't beat a fart. A fart trumps everything.
We said it years ago. Fart equals funny.
Especially
every time.
when it's not expected somewhere like that.
Every time.
Guys just sitting there yapping about the news.
Yeah.
And lets one fly.
Yeah.
It's a different instrument every time it happens.
You just don't know. Is it going to be a piccolo or a bassoon?
Is it going to be a trumpet?
Or a tuba? What are you going to get? Sometimes it's one of those dog whistles humans can't hear.
You ever do a triangle? It's just really dry. You have change in your back pocket. Ting!
I had a dream the other night. My whole dream over and over again. You know, you have those dreams that just over and over again, you can't get out of them. It's a cycle. The dream was that I was farting and it smelled really bad, and that was my dream all night long. And then I was just horrifying people all around me, and I just was praying that the farting would stop, so I would stop freaking horrifying people. This is what I was dreaming this week.
Most people dream of tidal waves.
I know, or running away from a monster all night long. Mine is, yeah.
Oh my God.
Mine was that I had uncontrollable farts that smelled really bad, and I was annoying everybody.
Tom Brokaw, NBC Nightly News. The war in Iraq does not seem to be letting up at all. Excuse me. Tom Brokaw, NBC Nightly News. President Bush giving an address to the nation today on the State of the Union. He should be talking about tax cuts and other... Excuse me. Social Security is a giant issue on the agenda of the upcoming presidential where people vote. Pardon. Wait.
Where's the music? We need the music.
Gotta love that one.
It's killing me here. There you go.
Tom Brokaw, NBC Nightly News. This just in from 1010 Wins, or excuse me, NBC Nightly News. Why did I go to Wins? Wait a minute, I know why. I gotta push the bad thoughts out. NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw. President Bush under fire for his Iraq policy. It seems that Congress will not give him the funds. Excuse me, pardon me.
Yeah, Tom.
Yes.
Politicians reach a deal on immigration overhaul.
This is a very sensitive issue to the American people. People who aren't supposed to be here. Illegal immigration seems to be a giant issue. Wardrobe? Could we get wardrobe down here to fix something? No, I don't need hair and makeup. I need a wardrobe.
What about the 8-year-old girl that found marijuana in her Happy Meal there, Tom?
Unbelievable story of an 8-year-old girl who found marijuana in her pot in her Happy Meal. And we'll take you now. No, you don't want to come in here. Please stay away. I thought I could do a one-cheek sneak. Didn't quite work. You don't want to use this chair. Does someone have a breeze for my chair?
What about the cabbies? They want to build a gym at JFK to use while they wait for rides.
Tom Brokaw, NBC Nightly News. You know, cab drivers in New York City actually want a gymnasium built at JFK Airport so they can work out when the... Something tells me it could smell a lot like this studio.
Well, yeah.
Why is the cameraman fleeing? Why is the teleprompter froze?
What about the herpes might protect you from the bubonic plague there, Tom?
What is this, the 1400s? Herpes could be a protection from the bubonic plague. The rat disease. Pardon. Sorry. Pardon me. Sorry. Excuse me. Tom Brokaw, NBC Nightly News. I must have had venison and pork and bean sauce last night. Excuse me. And...
Venison and pork.
You know that can't be good.
I had game.
Game food is never good. You never want to hear this after someone said, "Oh, it must have been the squirrel. It must have been the jackrabbit." You know?
Must have been the ostrich.
Oh, it's been the ostrich.
That freshwater eel I caught.
Yeah. He'll be back. Last night, round 2, I was around 2 o'clock in the morning, you see, G. Jesus, I was flipping channel on ESPN2. They had vintage McDonald's All-American High School dunk contest.
I like how he just... Jesus.
He just does it.
I guess that's up there on YouTube somewhere. Farting Reporter, maybe? Yeah. It's on our website? All right.
You just lose every bit of professionalism. Like, everyone just loses it. You're not professional anymore.
I wonder, does he lean? You have to, because you can't.
Yeah, it's very hard. It all depends on the chair.
You have to move a little bit.
If it's one of those old-style plastic chairs, you don't have a chance in hell. You're going to have to make the move.
It's a nice snap.
If it's a nice cushy chair.
Like playing a snare drum.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Mm-hmm. It is a slow news day, by the way.
Yes.
Did you see the video? Man, I think we got to start doing kind of a TV/radio show.
Yeah. So we could play the video?
Yeah, so we could play the video and comment on it as it's happening. I think that would be very, very cool. But slow news day, I think you'll see this video sometime today. They have video of a turtle, a snapping turtle.
This is the huge story of the day.
This is like the big story, the big get. Yeah. Turtle chases a bunch of cats and bites them and will not stop chasing them.
And its mouth is open the whole time, and it's the fastest turtle I've ever seen, too.
Just annoying the hell out of this cat and will not leave the cat alone, just keeps following it, chasing it, and biting this cat.
A couple of
and
different
the cat
cats.
is trying to attack it, but it's a turtle.
Yeah, cat can't really do much damage to a turtle.
Can't really get his paws around the thing or his teeth into the turtle.
Pulls into that shell, does the turtle rope-a-dope, just sits there.
Right, does the rope-a-dope, and then the cat
pops his head out and bites his tail.
Yeah, then the cat gives up, and then the turtle chases it again.
I've never seen a turtle chase anything.
I know.
Oh, it's
Turtles
hilarious.
Just sit there.
I don't know if the news story is going to do it justice, but the video is very funny. I think they were trying to have a little fun with the story on the news.
Of course they were.
And failed miserably.
In today's Animal Watch.
Oh, jeez. What is she doing? I didn't see that coming.
Hey, I think we just made it funny. Hold on a minute. By the way, this show is unscripted. We need to let people know.
So they tell us.
Unscripted, have no idea what we're doing on a daily basis. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. Just trying to make people laugh.
You know, 11-year-old Seth has a story.
See? We didn't have Seth planning our call today. Whoa. And I don't think he's going to call because...
Why is that?
Because I can't get him... What happened?
Use the thing.
I'm using the thing.
But use the thing.
I got the thing. All right, try it over there.
Hey.
Seth, New York, what's up?
Hey.
Seth, you've called before, right?
Yeah.
You're 11.
Wait. Who's Seth again?
Give me a little background. Seth,
I'm the one that Opie said he would take me to the Islanders game.
Yeah, you were going to take little Seth to the Islanders game.
Yeah.
Seth, you're just one in the long line of young boys that Opie has promised to take to the hockey game and just left disappointed.
I kind of figured that.
You know, I used to
Opie's like Gary Glitter without the ambition.
Hey, man. A little known fact about me. I used to do a lot of stuff for Big Brother, so.
Did you?
What is it called, the Big Brother program, right?
Yeah, one of those
Yeah,
things.
you help out the little fellas. Help them out a little bit, because they have miserable lives at home.
I worked with the Fresh Air Fund.
Did you really?
Yeah, I locked all the other people's doors in the neighborhood.
All right, Seth, what's up?
So, one time I was in 3rd grade, and the teachers were talking, like, to the class, and then out of nowhere I farted. But it wasn't just, like, a little fart. It was one that was really, really loud and really, really stinky.
Yeah.
And it sounded like a tuba. And when I mean a tuba, I mean a tuba.
Yeah.
Like, or a whale.
Yeah.
Maybe. But, then, like, me and my friend Jigme were there, and we're right next to each other, trying our hardest not to laugh.
Yeah.
And then I broke out laughing hysterically.
You gotta watch your mouth, you little potty mouth.
Hey, listen, you little bastard.
You little potty mouth.
Keep it clean for everybody.
You almost wet your pants. You were laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Just put it that way.
Yeah.
You little potty mouth. You sound like a sailor. Listen to nothing funnier than kid stories.
Yeah, all right.
They just blurt them out.
So then what happened?
So, and then I went to lunch, and my best friend Vincent told me he heard the fart from next door.
From another classroom?
English heard it in math.
Right next to us, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. And he was like, I smelt it too, and I was like, that's nasty.
Are you now known as like the kid that did that in class?
I've been known since like kindergarten or so, as the farter.
You're not shy, right? You're just one of those kids that not shy about it.
Yeah, no, not really. And last year, my teacher said, okay, she said, oh yeah, and this year I actually cleared a room out. I was pretty proud of that.
Kid's
I cleared the math.
Nice, Seth. All right, Seth, we gotta let you go. You're hilarious. What are you doing this weekend? Anything good?
Lactose intolerant.
You gonna go see Shrek 3?
Little milk carton.
Actually, I'm seeing that tonight, man.
Oh, you are?
Shrek 3, right? That's a cool thing to do if you're 11.
Who you going with? A chick?
No, unfortunately not.
No, who you going with? Mommy?
No, a friend.
A friend. Oh, just one of your guy friends. You're gonna go stag and pick up a chick there, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, Seth.
All right.
Thank
See you later, Opie.
Yeah, Opie and
Later.
Anthony, yeah. Call us soon, Seth. We
He
love
doesn't
when
know
you call
about me.
the
He's
show.
trying to gain favor with you, so you take him to the goddamn hockey game like you promised children and never do.
Promised children. I don't
He
like
does.
that
He
sentence.
promises children.
That sentence is just creepy. I promised children.
There's a kid out there who's probably 25 years old now that is just still disappointed. Never went to the Islander game.
bunch of kids with sad faces.
Little Gary.
And Ranger shirts.
It was little 12-year-old Gary.
Gary? Who's
Yeah.
Gary?
Little 12-year-old Gary years ago. It was another kid. Opie said, I'll take you to the game. And then he kept calling back and goes, Opie, when he taking me to the game, he got all sarcastic because he knew it just wasn't happening.
Like the kid, $2.
Yeah, $2. A hockey game.
Years went by, and now he has a deep voice. He still calls.
Yeah.
When are you taking me to the game?
Opie,
you
you promised me. I was supposed to go to the game.
Let's say hi to Liam from Bayside.
Goatee.
Liam.
Girlfriend.
What's going on, boys?
What's up?
Not much. Listen, I got a good fart story for you.
I was hoping you were a little kid. No offense to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope you were a little...
Adults telling him
Can you talk in a
isn't
little
it
kid
funny?
voice?
Yeah, no, go ahead, Liam. Make it fast.
back when I was in... Thank you. Well, back when I was in high school, my social studies teacher was a giant butch, probably about 6 foot, maybe 300 pounds, just disgusting with a mullet. All boys high school. She turned around one day in middle social studies class and ripped one. Sounded like you were pushing a heavy day. You guys do it all day long.
You got nervous, dude.
Yeah.
Huh?
You got nervous.
First one of the day.
All right, you got nervous. You had a teacher that farted. Nah. Here's the turtle story before we go to break. Turtle chases a bunch of cats and bites them.
In today's Animal Watch. Thank you. This is a classic tale of the tortoise and the hare, only this time the hare is on a cat. Check this out. A man in South Africa taped this bizarre footage of a tortoise chasing a cat named Humphrey. Now you can see the reptile continually nips at the cat's fur, and the feline can't seem to get away. The tortoise then goes after another cat. Now this all began when someone noticed cats in the neighborhood were acting nervous. Now we know why. Look at him. I think he was a dog in his past life. Or a mailman.
It's like Cujo revisited.
Is it?
Look at. And he won't stop. Look at him. He's just going after everybody.
Wow.
He keeps going.
And you can't scratch him because you wouldn't feel it.
I know.
And we count on the news from these dummies.
Love it.
They always do the same thing, though. They always just ramble. They just keep going until somebody please say something funny. No one ever does. And then they have to, let's just get back to...
let's go to Chip for the weather.
Hey, that was some turtle. And we're going to have some rain tonight.
Maybe a dog. My uncle had one time.
It's going to be raining cats and dogs later on. I don't know about turtles, though. I don't think it rains turtles. Is that funny? No. Okay, how about there we go.
Yes. Mike, can I just say something? And my girl's she's probably gonna hate me. When we went away to Aruba, she got a little, she got a little
lippy.
No, not lippy. I smacked her in the cheek the first day there.
She got a little stomach pain.
I gave her the goon hand. Listen.
Is this going to make us want to talk for another 20 minutes? Because we do have to break.
It might.
Is it a good tease? All right, let's tease that something happened.
We'll wait.
Right, we tease Viagra. We tease stomach cramps.
Also, could someone get me Crane Wedgie, please? Crane Wedgie on the way on the Opie and Anthony show. All right. Mike in Queens says the story will have you in stitches.
In stitches?
Mike?
Hello?
What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing?
Good, what's up?
Man, those uncontrollable experiences that we have outside of the home, there's a thin line between comedy and tragedy, and the way things make you feel. I'm a cop and I drive limos, and I had some people in a car, they wanted to go out to eat. We go to City Island, they invite me to eat with them, and then we had to rush to a Yankee game. I had to drop them and leave a stripped limousine on the Grand Concourse and run into a McDonald's that all the bathrooms were closed to because they'd already cleaned them.
Yeah.
The young lady tells me, go ahead, you know what, you can use this one. She gives me the ladies' room and tells me, yeah, but when you're done, just lock the door because, the bathrooms are closed for the night. While I'm in there, I'm having one of those uncontrollable experiences. It sounded like bombs dropping and things exploding, and I hear the young lady telling someone else the same thing she told me. By the time I come out of the bathroom, there's an audience of maybe 3 firemen, 2 cops, and 5 people with this look on their face like, what the hell did you just do? I looked at all of them, and I could just laugh hysterically and run out of McDonald's and get back in my limo and get the hell out of there.
Not quite in stitches, my friend.
She worked for the news.
Is that the warm-up story? Like the featured act is now coming on?
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage right now, let's have a big hand for Mike from Queens with the real story.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike in Queens. We got Bob Kelly in studio. He's playing comics, C-O-M-I-X. Lots of shows all weekend long. What's the phone number for tickets there, Bobby?
The phone number for comics
Make it
is
fast. 212 like there's someone in Vegas going, who cares?
Easy. There.
Now, I just talked over the phone number, so now it's going to be not as fast as we were hoping.
212-524-2500 for tickets. Call Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come down.
All right. So what's the story? You're on vacation with your girl.
Oh.
Well, we teased the fact that she was getting a little lippy before the break.
No, she was having a stomach problem.
Oh, that one. Wait a minute. Let's talk about the lippy part. I guess girls, when they go away, they get a little bound up. I'm on the road all the time, so I'm like clockwork. I have coffee, I'm done, I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah, some people can't travel, and then, you get the water or something, and it screws you up.
So we're lying there 3 days in. 3 days without which is
happening.
I think is it's almost a medical condition. We're on the verge of you can't. We've been eating 3 meals a day.
Right.
You understand?
You just watch your gut just going just expanding.
Yeah, it's like I see the food going in.
Right. You start thinking in your head like, what? Come on. How much room is in there?
Exactly. It's like, I know a stomach is the size of a fist.
Inventory's coming in, but product is not leaving the factory.
Yeah, exactly. We had pasta one night. That swells when it hits liquid.
Yep.
She had some rice the other night.
Oh, yes.
Pancakes.
That blows up.
I mean, this stuff is all, it's not like she's eating lettuce. And so it's 3 nights in. I'm lying in bed, and then it just happened.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
She let one loose.
Yeah.
But nothing, no noise or anything. It was, just.
It just happened.
I heard. Almost like a ninja.
A ninja crossing.
Yeah, just crossing the front
foot
door.
of the bed or something. What was that?
What was that?
You just go, what was that?
It's a ninja.
Yeah. Then you.
Anybody there?
Ninja.
What was that?
And then it just came. It just came like just a hurricane. This smell. Let me tell you something. I've done some atrocious, just, oh my God.
Yeah.
Where it's funny, but then there's a point where it's not funny. I get out of the bed, I went in the other room, I almost called somebody in the States. Because I had to.
That's.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think that'll make it.
We're professional.
I think you were doing pretty good up till then.
That did make it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's just something about that people don't like.
I thought I had to check. And just make sure everything was okay.
Yeah.
I had to check.
Make sure that it was just what it was and not something extra.
We had to have like a serious discussion.
No prizes were left behind.
Yes, there you go.
No parting gifts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I had to actually have a talk with her the next day. Like, you need to go to the pharmacy and get some. I can't
go to a doctor.
I can't handle this.
I don't want to I don't want to think about this. I don't want to have to.
It really is. A double standard. There are double standards in relationships. Like, you could get away with a fart. Guys can get away with a fart. They're not happy about it, but they could go about the relationship after that. But if your girl farts in front of you, man, there's no turning back.
It's because
you're done.
We do it from the get-go.
You're done.
We do it right off the bat. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Bob Kelly, nice to meet you. Haha. You know what I mean? They're hiding. They're going in the bathroom, shutting the door, turning music on, hiding it, and you don't know it. And then all of a sudden they spring it on you.
Know what's funny about
you had me at.
Know what's funny about Anthony? I've been around him for I don't know, way too long.
Many years.
That's way too long. Everyone has farted. Everyone that has been associated with the show at one time, right? Except for Ant. And he will hold it in until he gets home.
No, I'm not really a gaseous person.
He will suffer instead of letting it go.
I'm not really a gaseous person, but I don't like making a scene. I don't like making a scene here in the studio. Like Jimmy, he makes a scene.
We all do, but other people also, like, you're a guy and you're like, oh, this, you got the pain, and you're like, you know what, I just
personally know how disgusting it is when Jimmy fires a salvo and I need the Lysol and everything, and then you're just sitting there kind of going, God, that is just awful, and I don't want people to think that of me.
Yeah, but listen. First of all, it's weird that you turn into a 9-year-old boy when we talk about farts.
I'm whining.
Something happened to you.
His bathroom behavior is a bit bizarre. We might do that day when you were. I
was hungover
and we got him to puke by just saying god awful stuff.
They kept talking about food and disgusting things, and I was so hungover and really.
We finally got
poorly.
him, which was amazing, because if you know anything about Anthony, he's a private person when it comes to all that stuff. So we follow him into the bathroom, and now he's got to do something else while he's in there, and he flushes as he's
because I wanted to ruin it. I didn't want anyone hearing the disgusting noises.
He flushes as he goes. So let's say there's a bunch of movements in your symphony.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
Wow.
He will flush after every.
I'll just keep flushing.
Most people will just wait and then one big flush, right? Not Anthony. I wish I could give this story more justice, but it's all you hear is a lot of flushing.
You know what else I can't stand? The bloop. The bloop. So right when you feel like the tether is ready to break,
that's what I'm saying.
You go like.
Not when you're alone.
To cover up the bloop? Yeah. No, not when I'm alone. I don't care if it sounds like the Civil War.
The 1980s video game sound?
Bloop. Yeah. Bloop.
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
And then we got this fine lady.
You're not going to believe this. Last week, 32-year-old Christina Schneider tried to convince a customer to buy the last scratch-off lotto ticket she had in the store, but the customer didn't have enough money. So Schneider bought it herself with $10 that she found. The ticket turned out to be a $1 million winner. Now, to celebrate, Schneider took her family out to the movies. She has 9 maxed-out credit cards.
Can you pause that for... I'll be 39 in July. That is the worst celebration I've ever heard for $1 million victory.
The movies. It was probably a bad movie too, because like Spider-Man 3 and Shrek 3 were sold out. It was probably that Georgia movie, whatever the hell it is called. What is it called? Georgia Rules.
Let's go see Georgia Rules. No, let's not. We have $1 million, Mom, you cheapskate.
Yeah, why don't we go to the Caribbean for the weekend?
Well, from the looks of her, this is all falling right into place, too. She was about, what'd you say, 250?
250, sure.
About 250.
On a light day.
And then they describe, you back it up a little bit, they describe their financial situation at the time, too.
The movies. She has 9 maxed out credit cards and $8,500 in school loans to pay off.
Not anymore.
Exactly.
That's funny. How do you know?
Gets it like that. And she found the $10.
I love it.
Sure she
I love
did.
it. It was meant to be.
What do you mean she found the $10?
You know what? If you have $9
$10.
You have 9 maxed out credit cards and a student loan that you're paying off and kids, perhaps if you found $10, maybe you should buy some food for the kids with it, or maybe make a payment towards the principal on one of those cards. You know, something like that. Something tells me this isn't the first lottery ticket she's bought and just instantly won on.
Well, the press loves these stories, obviously, but I want to hear the other stories.
Yeah, I want to hear the story up to the point where she got the lottery ticket.
Or all the other people buying the lottery tickets by selling their own furniture.
Yeah.
And their paycheck, half the paycheck is going toward tickets every week.
I want to know where 9 credit cards, all maxed out, went to.
Right.
Where did that go to? Where did that money go to?
Certainly not exercise equipment. You get it because he's fat.
You know, I thought
she
those
was giant.
exact same words. As
Yeah.
you said, yeah. Exact same words. It's creepy.
She's one of those people, they showed her on the news. She's one of those people that are perfect when the news is doing that obesity in America story.
Right.
And they show the people walking down the street from the neck down, from the front and the back and the side. They just show, or they'll show somebody like from the side back eating an ice cream cone all fat so you can't see him really.
Yeah.
That's the type of person she was. She would have been perfect for that B-roll.
Don't you wish they just would have had it like he couldn't afford to buy it, so she took the last $10 she had and won nothing.
Won nothing. Cute story. And the weather.
I want to see them do that one time where she just wins nothing and just goes about her awful day. Eats more.
The New York Times yesterday caught your fancy.
It made me very sad. The front page, it's called Bilking the Elderly with a corporate assist.
Ooh.
And there's a 92-year-old guy on the front, Richard Guthrie.
Richard Guthrie. 92.
92. He's from Iowa. And he's like a World War II veteran. And they talk about how these dirtbags operate and they troll for old people on these lists. There's a company called Info USA, and when you sign up for these lotteries, these sweepstakes and stuff, they file your information. and they old people. They actually put them out on lists, and the lists are called like elderly opportunity seekers and suffering seniors, and they sell like 2 million names to these opportunistic companies who are going to try to rape these people of their life savings. And this old Richard Guthrie, it says, surrounded by his Purple Heart medal, photos of his 8 children, and mementos of his wife who was buried 9 years earlier.
Oof.
The telephone rang day and night. I'm sure he
of course it
everything.
did.
And after criminals tricked him into revealing his banking information, they went and raided his account. And he goes, I loved getting those calls, Mr. Guthrie said. Since my wife passed away, I don't have many people to talk to. I didn't even know they were stealing from me until everything was gone.
Oh.
I wanted to laugh at him, but I couldn't even laugh at him. I'm like, how sad is that?
Poor old codger.
He loved those calls. Like, I get a telemarketer call. I want to throw the phone.
So he lost all his money and he didn't get any action? Because I like I like the other story where like some young broad.
Yeah.
A young broad, like, befriends some old codger in the neighborhood, and she knows he's got some money, and she pretty much starts doing all sorts of fine things for the gentleman.
Yeah.
But she's also milking him for everything he's worth.
I could fall for a dame like you. Could you, Gramps?
And then, then someone has to tell him that it's all a scam, and most of these guys are bummed out in the end, but a lot of them are like,
yeah.
I was at the last few years of my life anyway.
How did these guys, though, because, especially a World War II vet like that, you see the old footage of them, and I don't know, what happens with age where you just kind of lose it? Because they look so sharp in movies and in documentaries. It's like, and there we were, raiding the island of Iwo Jima. And they talk to each other, and it's like, have a lucky.
Yeah.
And they're all sharp and smart and witty. And then they get old and just kind of, Oh, there's a picture of him up there.
Oh, my God. He looks like
the poor old guy.
He looks like a turtle without its shell.
Well, that's any old guy.
And there's pictures. Of course. There's like all his little knickknacks.
He's got bric-a-brac. And there's tons of pictures of, like, his family up on the walls. And he's just... That phone, you're right, must ring day and night because I don't fill out anything, and I get telemarketer calls. And if Donald Trump's friggin' Trump Marina calls me one more goddamn time, stop with the Trump Marina calls. I went there once and I didn't like it.
Wow.
And every time I pick up the phone, it's like, what's this? And it's like unidentified number, and I'll hit it, and there'll be a little delay. That way you know it's a recording, and then...
Hi, this is Donald Trump inviting you back to Trump Marina.
It's like, oh, Donald Trump's calling me. No, it's a recording. And it won't stop. I went there once.
Don't give me a number. I never give my number out. They're like, can we have a home number? I'm like, I'm moving. I don't have one.
Yeah.
I gave them my cell number.
I'm nothing.
Now they call my cell phone.
And, by the way, Donald Trump got fired.
No, he quit, he says.
Yeah, whatever. The Apprentice, the ratings were so awful that they didn't pick it up for another season. And they basically said, we're not picking this up for another season. And
I quit.
And Donald Trump, Trump said, I quit.
I quit.
No, you got fired.
No, I didn't. I quit.
You're fired.
There's more on...
Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Poor old...
More on the old fella. This is so sad. I was so bummed out all day yesterday at the state of humanity.
Say how much he went through?
100,000. Yeah.
What was he going to use it for, really?
I don't know, but
think about it.
A nicer final resting place.
Well, that's
true.
Be
an orange crate with his legs bent in half.
Oh, God.
He had lived alone since his wife died. 5 of his 8 children moved away from the farm. Mr. Guthrie survived on roughly $800 a month that he got from Social Security. Because painful arthritis kept him home, he spent many mornings organizing the mail. That just tells you, organizing the mail, just straightening it out, putting it in a certain order, ready to be read and dealt with.
I'm not saying it's this guy or anyone in particular, but some people live too long. Some people just live too long. It's a sad thing. Something tells me he's probably outlived a lot of his family and stuff. Does he have kids?
8 of them.
Where the hell were they?
Well, I don't.
They're living their lives.
They don't take a personal interest in the old guy's life. So it's like he's kind of He's kind of just in limbo, waiting to die.
I think you're getting the wrong message from this story.
No, I'm waiting for the criminal part.
No, but the people stealing from him, and instead of saying that that's wrong, he's going, some people live too long.
Yeah. Okay, well, Jimmy's got a good point.
That's the
Anthony.
wrong message.
I am an ass.
Anthony, this is a feel-good story. Let Jimmy finish.
Okay, feel good, Jimmy.
I felt bad for the old man.
Well, if you're organizing your mail, like I get the mail, I open it. If it's bill, I put it aside. See, I'm organizing, I guess. And then if it's crap, it goes through the shredder. Well, what is this guy organizing?
He's looking at it like it's just a bevy of opportunities.
Yeah, it's his day. That's his day.
And it says, because painful arthritis kept him home, and this tells you all you need to know, he spent many mornings organizing the mail, filling out sweepstake entries, and listening to big band albums as he chatted with telemarketers.
What a creepy scene.
I really enjoyed those calls, Mr. Guthrie said. One gal in particular loved to hear stories about when I was younger. Oh, she didn't.
No.
Well, in his mind, he thought she did, though.
Oh, how sad is that? She loved to hear stories when I was younger.
And then it was 1943, and the Nazis were marching, and it was our job to stop them.
Was it? What's your bank account number?
9465233789622.
So, back to 1943.
And, so then what happened?
Oh, we had a great time in Italy and France. I met a lot of young gals, and we'd give them silk stockings.
You would, huh? What's the loan number on your car?
8359. It's through GMAC.
That's wonderful. Tell me more.
Oh, when we would get leave, we would go into France and be treated like kings by those people.
Would you?
Yes, we would. Me and my buddy Joe lost his head, but the Germans blew him up.
Oh, they did. That's so sad. Social Security number?
837-265-8229.
Thank you. What else happened?
Oh, what a joy. We finally got a Jeep from the motor pool, and we drove it down to pick up some, ladies again in France, and they were just darling. They were wonderful.
Were they? What did they do for you?
Oh, they cooked, and they took care of us. I even got a hot bath.
A hot bath? What's your password?
My wife's name, Mildred.
Thank you.
I gave a young French boy some chocolate, and he smiled at me.
That's sweet.
Yes, it was some of the best years of my life.
That's wonderful. I love talking to you. It's so nice talking to you. Credit card numbers?
4104-3899-2684, and that little number on the back is 4441.
Thank you. I'll call again tomorrow.
Oh, please do.
Where do you keep the spare key to your house?
It's under a fake rock in front of my house. One of my 8 sons that never called me gave me that advice years ago.
That's wonderful. Hey, what's the alarm code at your house?
88992.
Well,
I love the music. You hear the music in the back?
Yes, it's wonderful. What is it?
Oh, it's Benny Goodman. It's fantastic.
What kind of stereo do you have, and when are you not home?
I'm home all the time. You want to come visit?
No, but some friends will be by soon.
There you go.
Look, this is an answer to your question. I know, we just want someone to talk
He just wants to talk.
This thieves would call. Here's what they do, though. They pose as government workers or pharmacy employees, and they say that the Social Security Administration's computers have crashed, and prescription records are incomplete. Prescription records.
Oh, no.
So the payments and pills are going to be delayed, they warned, unless these people provide the banking information. Many people hung up. They said, but Mr. Guthrie and hundreds of others gave the callers whatever they asked. And here's what his answer was. I was afraid if I didn't give her my bank information, I wouldn't have money for my heart medicine.
Oh, no.
He was afraid he wouldn't have heart money.
Okay, the old ticker ain't what it used to be. So I'll give you my banking and prescription card and everything info. You sound like a sweet girl. Do you want a Werther's original?
Oh, the poor old guy. That is horrid. It runs rampant, though, man.
Yeah, well, why don't we get into it after the break? You got more on the story, too?
A bit more.
All right, yeah, we'll continue with this a little bit and take your phone calls as well.
An answer as to why. I have an answer as to why a lot of this happens.
Very good. You're listening to Opie and Anthony. Our phone number, 1-866-313-FREE. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi.
Good morning. Little Jimmy Norton's got a little more on the old codger.
I just wanted to finish up so people kind of wonder, how do you let this happen when you're an older gentleman?
Exactly.
And I wondered the same thing, and it said that what happened was, like, a lot of times the bank tellers notice suspicious stuff, but he went to the grocery store a lot of times and discovered that he couldn't buy food because his account was empty, and he didn't know why, and he was afraid to ask for help. And here's what he goes, I didn't want to say anything that would cause my kids to take over my accounts, he said.
Oh, he wanted his independence.
And a lot of times that's what they do. They prey on this fear that you have that you're going to be thrown into a nursing home. And they said frequently the victims are too distracted from dementia or Alzheimer's to figure out something's wrong.
Oh.
I just don't like the terminology distracted from dementia.
Yeah, how do you even it's a distraction. Yes. Dementia. I see dragons. It's a distraction. Is that really a distraction? I think that's a little more than just a distraction, sir.
It's a burden. This stuff happens all the time. These stories are they pop up from time to time. Like I said, I like the stripper broad that goes after the old guys and takes everything they got in the end.
Bilks. It happens with the old women too. You get young guys that prey on them, and I can't believe he's in love with me. Yeah, sure. Bye bye. Say goodbye to your cash.
Yeah, but what a way to spend your cash at the end of your life.
Yeah, well, you know what it is, though?
Screw Junior, man. Some young broad in the neighborhood is going to take advantage of me and show me some stuff I haven't seen in 50 years.
Yeah,
I'm all in, man.
If he got a little of that action, maybe he might consider it worth it.
Yeah.
But it seems to me, a few phone conversations and he can't get his ticker medicine and his food. Oh.
The last thing on this old guy here's what he said. It's lonelier now. I really enjoy when those salespeople call, but when I tell them I can't buy anything, they hang up. I miss the good chats we used to have.
Chat.
It's like they're not good chats. Do you not know by this point they were just babbling at you to get your money?
Oh.
Now I kind of stopped feeling bad for them by the end of the article.
You know, when they call, I turned it around now. I found the best new gimmick for screwing with these people, and it's a lot of fun. Try this. There's a delay all the time now. When a telemarketer is calling, you pick up the phone, and they don't immediately go, hi. You hear this slight delay because they use this new computerized system so they don't have to sit there waiting to see what phones pick up. So there's a slight delay. Your phone will ring. You'll pick it up. You'll hear silence, and then it'll click in, and you'll hear the guy start talking.
Yeah.
The second it starts clicking and you go, hi, my name is, and you say whatever your name, I'm from Time Magazine. Are you interested in buying a subscription at a new low rate? And the person goes, excuse me? Go, I'm selling Time Magazine. And it completely throws them off guard because they're calling you to sell you something.
So you're making believe you're a telemarketer.
I make believe I'm a telemarketer, and you bang right into it. Go right into it. It's hysterical. I use it all the time now.
Could you tape these? I want to hear
I wish I could, but, you know, laws.
No, I don't care for the radio. I just want to hear
them?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, true.
Three of us will huddle like creeps in that little room and just laugh.
It is fun. It's so much fun to do. Just nail them with whatever product you want. You're selling the Ginsu knife.
I play the what game. Drives them nuts.
They
go through
what?
They go through their whole spiel that's written down for them. I go, what? And then they start over. What? And then I try to see how many times I could get them to redo the first paragraph of their prepared speech.
Yeah. Huh?
What?
I didn't catch that part.
And then the whats get louder and more obnoxious as I go.
I was distracted by my dementia and Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Could you repeat that? Death is here. He has a sickle.
A sickle of like one of those motorcycles with a sidecar, and he's got the thumb angling. Get in, stupid.
Hop in. We're going for a spin.
Really fast. It's a slow news day. I mean, they're talking about dumb stuff today, like Viagra could help with jet lag.
Really?
Yeah. That's the big get on the local news.
Jet lag.
Yeah.
Viagra could prevent jet lag. Viagra, the little blue pill that transformed the treatment of impotence, may help prevent jet lag.
Impotency.
Scientists discovered the new potential use in experiments on disturbances to sleep patterns. The drug helped hamsters recover more quickly when their sleep patterns were disrupted by bright light. Researchers believe it could benefit some air passengers on red-eye flights, although tests so far show the benefits only apply on flights going eastwards.
There'll be a red-eye flight for the female companion flying with the gentleman. Oops.
A bunch of guys at baggage claim with tents in their pants.
Yeah, this just doesn't seem like a really good idea now, does it?
You could just put your luggage on it and walk out, pushing your cart.
Yeah, get everyone worked up and then have them confined on an airplane for 6 hours. That's real smart.
It doesn't help with jet lag, but every time you try to turn over to go to sleep, you're like, ow, I can't turn that way. So you have to stay up.
Oh, let's see. It's Argentinian scientists. What do they know?
Oh.
Stop. Whatever.
Hi, sir.
Anyway, people are talking about that today, and we got the train story is just classic.
Yeah, this one, I heard it on the way in, and I had to confirm it.
Yeah.
It sounded like one of those goofy stories because it's just so out there. Apparently, some gentleman in California was having an argument with his girlfriend and decided to kill her. That happens. But he had a novel attempt that is, I guess, right out of the oldie-time 1920s movies. Oh! To put her on the train tracks.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Not quite tying her there, though, while he slowly rolls his mustache between thumb and forefinger.
Penelope
and
was probably her name.
Placards of text come up and say, "You bitch."
That old school font.
And a powdered woman screaming being tied to the train tracks. It's America's sweetheart. Well, she was in the car. He pulls the car onto the train tracks. The gates were coming down. He pulled in front of the people and backed the car onto the train track so the rear of the car was facing the train. Then he opened the door, bid her a fond farewell, slammed the door shut, and made good his escape. As he ran from the vehicle, the train, doing about 70 miles per, slams into the back of the car. Well, what happened? The car launched off the train tracks. The energy of the train going right through the car. Cars flying through the air. Woman in the car. The car hits the ground. And lands... Where? Right on top of the gentleman that had left her on the tracks. Killing him instantly.
It would be funny if she was charged with murder.
The woman, safely strapped in, is in stable condition, alive at the hospital. His last words, drats. Yes. And scene.
No, fini or
Fin,
right, that's what it is. Yeah,
that story really just grabbed me. That's a great one.
There's a lot of unanswered questions there, like...
It's unanswered.
How dumb is the broad?
Why?
Well, why didn't she get out of the car as the train is about to,
I don't know, it might have been... It seems like if the car slammed into him, it probably happened really quickly. There were stopped cars already, so he pulled on the tracks and got right out of the car, and immediately after that, the car was hit.
She's probably like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you... And he was close enough where the car just flew and ran him over.
And killed him?
And killed him. Wow. And she is, like, okay, in the hospital, though, but she's alive.
That is pretty classic.
Boy, that is a classic turn of events.
Did we cover these. What
happened, Jimmy?
The nursing home.
Oh,
what happened with the nursing?
These nursing homes are just a bevy of old people and what seems to be perverts, murderers, and a few people that want to help. But for the most part, just gruesome.
What happened at this particular nursing home?
Well, it's in Iowa. Cops investigate nude photos of nursing home residents.
Oh my God.
So the story takes a sexy turn.
Well, it said that the elderly residents at Greenwood Manor.
I'm at Greenwood Manor.
They don't know who.
Doing the slipper shuffle.
Yeah.
I love saying the slipper shuffle.
Shuffle. Just shuffling to the rec room.
That could be a good board name.
Take your nude pictures.
Slipper shuffle.
Well, they weren't sexually explicit. They were just naked old people.
Yeah, they didn't make them do, like, pornography with each other or anything. But weren't they posed?
Yeah, that's what he says, but they probably didn't know what they were doing. He probably put your head back for medicine and just do what he did what you do when your friend falls asleep in the chair with his mouth open. So, at a party.
So some dude at the place was taking pictures of the...
They don't know who.
Yeah, they don't know.
So how did I missed something. I wasn't paying attention. How did the photos...
Well, a woman reported receiving photos appearing to show them naked. Some woman just got them, I think, mailed to her, and she identified one of the photos as her sister.
Oh, that's got to be bad.
Yeah.
A family member.
I don't know what happened. There's really not much to the story except the fact that somebody has been photographing old people naked.
Old people naked. Do you think it's just some, like, one of the people that work there? Some guy, obviously. Women don't do this kind of crime. This is definitely a dopey guy thing. As like a goof? As like a goof for his friends?
Maybe.
Like it could be something as bad as some, like, maniac who's 2 seconds away from taking a pillow and smothering these old people, to just some guy going, I'm going to snap a few pictures and throw them to my friends as a goof. Hey, look at this one. Hot? And then, but how they got mailed to the woman's sister is a little weird.
She received photos. They don't say how.
We're going to need an update on that story.
Yeah. We're still investigating. Still investigating.
Yeah, they don't even know who did it yet.
Yeah, we're going to take that story to the lab and see what else we could get out of it. Hey, helmet boxing.
Yeah.
This is how stupid the news is. Do we really have to tell you at this point? They are just stupid people. They show us all this stuff that kids are doing so more kids could do it, is what happens.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about helmet boxing, aside from what I learned as a kid, and it was only once with a good friend.
I know a lot. I know a lot of kids.
Yes.
And I don't know any helmet boxers.
No, don't know anyone who was helmet boxing, never heard of helmet boxing.
See, the news, I don't know where their heads are at. I don't know if they do these stories because they really want to, prevent other kids from helmet boxing.
No.
Or they're just doing it because it's shocking and makes for good TV.
Yeah.
But I think when you have a news story that shows helmet boxers and then shows you all the videos that are now online, because we didn't know. I Googled it immediately, and I've checked out 10 freaking helmet boxing videos this morning alone.
Yep. Oh, that's a good one. Wow, that kid is getting his head smashed in.
So thanks to the news, to the parents out there, some of your kids are going to now enjoy the sport of helmet boxing. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do as responsible broadcasters. This just happened on the news. Listen.
A dangerous new trend is sweeping the internet. It's called helmet boxing, and it's the new knockout for children. CBS 2's Cindy Hsu tells us.
It's the new knockout for children. Trying some comedy chops, are you? You must be an open micer on the weekends.
Yeah.
Knockout for children. CBS 2's Cindy Hsu tells us why doctors and safety experts say parents better learn the rules.
For A.J. Pacheco, school's out. Now he's looking forward to a summer full of friends, fun, and helmet boxing.
I first heard about helmet boxing from a friend at school who was on the hockey team.
It's an underground sport that's just coming to the surface.
Yeah. And?
Coming to the surface because we decided to bring it to the surface.
Yeah. No one knew about this really. I mean,
this was kind of a Fight Club thing that was going on.
Put it this way, you knew about it if you watched YouTube and were kind of into it or stumbled upon it. But once they put it on the news, everyone knows about it. And knowing kids, knowing the way I was also as a kid, you look at something like that and go, oh, wow.
Wow, we got to try this.
Check that out.
Yeah.
We only do headshots, only around the helmet. No punching behind anyone, no punching below the helmet.
A quick search on YouTube pulls up hundreds of amateur videos, proving this game is leaving the locker room and becoming a popular garage sport with kids as young as 13.
Little kids beating the crap out of each other. Nothing funnier, I got to tell you that. Nothing funnier than watching kid fights. You can punch up kid fights, too, not even the helmet ones, and just watch, like, kids fighting.
I went with fat kids fighting.
Fat kids fighting.
Hilarious.
All over YouTube and hysterical.
We talk about this on the show from time to time. Getting those just weird searches in, and fat kids fighting is a great one.
Yeah.
And finally, more on helmet boxing.
AJ landed in the emergency room, needing 10 stitches across his chin. Dr. Brett Muller, who studies sports injuries, says helmet boxing could also result in concussion.
And my concern would be if they get injured while they're helmet boxing and don't realize they have a slight concussion and go out on the field the next day and get another blow.
Boxers like AJ insist the matches are strictly horseplay, but both our experts agree parents and coaches need to ask questions.
If parents know that this is going on, ask their sons or daughters, well, usually sons, I would guess, have they ever participated in this type of activity?
And so if an injury does happen, then the kid's more likely to come and tell their parent and not try to hide it.
There you go. We learned about helmet boxing today.
They think helmets are going to protect them from a concussion. Meanwhile, boxers get concussions not because of the exterior hit. It's their brain actually hitting the inside of their skull.
Yeah. Shaking around a little bit.
Rattling around in there.
We're supposed to start with this cute story because we're waking up the strippers.
Yeah.
That are working their way through college, and then you had a brilliant observation that maybe they're just going to bed right now.
Yeah, probably just getting home.
And then we went off on a little tangent
bender.
Because it's Pot Talk Thursday, and now we're back on track. And this is the story we wanted to play about 15 minutes ago.
Is this yours?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
By day, she works at Blue Line Coffee Shop, selling cappuccino and scones.
Medium triple latte for here?
Yeah.
As a sociology student studying in Europe,
Do you want anything else?
22-year-old Jenny Heineman became interested in another line of work.
Taking a course on sexuality and culture, and got introduced to the kind of underground culture of sex work, and became very interested in the rights of sex workers.
Sex workers, like strippers.
Upon returning to the States, just my curiosity, I guess, and my desire to work with these women led me to get a job.
There you go, folks. Very beautiful Kitty coming up next.
Not just any job.
Jenny to the stage, please.
Yeah.
By night, Jenny dances at the 20s Club.
All right, this is what I don't get. So she's in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
She works at a coffee shop during the day. Why?
Yeah.
If you're stripping at night and getting the big bucks at night, why would you work at the coffee shop? Just to have the illusion that you're just a college kid with a regular college-type job?
And she should be making enough money stripping.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
Unless she's the worst stripper in the world.
Yeah.
Coming home with change.
All she thinks of are scones.
What does she look like? Anybody?
All right. Well, she's running a thesis on her experience and other strippers.
I probably go up on stage maybe 4 times in a 5-hour shift. And I'm constantly thinking, please don't fall.
We're thinking fall.
Stuff in 5-inch heels.
And the rest of the time is...
Wait a minute, that's her? Oh, you scared me, because that looks like the chick that used to be on Trump's show, The Apprentice. The blonde that was in the boardroom helping with the decisions. Yuck. You scared? Ew.
Was that her? Is that her right there?
She's kind of cute. I mean, she's deceptive.
She's got the red hair and the glasses. She looks like that singer.
Lisa Loeb.
Yeah, she looks like Lisa Loeb.
She looks like Lisa Loeb.
Cute. A chubby Lisa Loeb. Ugh.
Yeah, she's a little... Well, do they show her, like, dancing a little bit?
Yeah, do they, Danny?
Yeah, they show her stripping, and she looks exponentially better with all the makeup.
All right, time out. Timeout. I'm calling a timeout on the show.
Uh-oh. Timeout.
E-Rock, you're wrecking the Dance Dance Danny bit. You know that, right? See, when he walks in the door, even if we're in the middle of something, then his music plays, because then everyone out there in Radio Land goes, oh, Danny must be entering the studio. You don't start his music when he talks on mic, and when he's already in here.
And when you pause the show, shouldn't he pause the video that we're watching?
Of course.
In conjunction with the story that we're talking about?
Of course.
Well, it's too late now.
I think you officially ruined the Dance Dance Danny bit. No. Yes, I really do.
Oh.
Danny, go ahead.
Well, what I was saying was that when she puts the makeup on in her stripping routine, she looks exponentially better than she does working at the coffee shop.
Oh, really?
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. I want to go over there and break Eric's shaking fingers.
Eric doesn't even get it.
As a joke, I'm going, press it now. Like, as Danny was talking, he should have hit the music again.
Hit it again.
Because then the joke would be on him.
Like
right.
And his hand is hovering. He's so nervous. His hand is hovering.
It's like, no.
Shaking above the button.
Opie didn't tell me to.
What's the matter with you?
Everyone else is going, hit the button. It takes the heat off. It's almost like an F-U to everybody.
Yeah, it would have been funny.
Oh, you don't know funny.
Thank you, Danny. It was good seeing you on the show.
Here I go.
There goes Danny, everybody.
And how do we know he's leaving?
Because the music's playing.
Good job, E-Rock.
So long, Danny. Until next time. Yeah.
She's learned to strut her stuff in 5-inch heels.
And the rest of the time is spent kind of mingling with customers and doing dances for customers at tables.
See, this is the problem, man. They're taking the sex out of the strip clubs by calling us now customers.
Customers.
And they're like exotic dancers. And stop.
There she is on the pole. Okay.
Customers.
Roll that. There she is. Well.
Ew.
I'm not.
I think
can see why she's at the coffee shop.
I think she's enjoying the treats a little too much at the coffee shop.
Yeah, a few too many scones.
Yeah, you think the scones are fat-free, but they're not. They give you a little bit of a belly there.
Yeah.
Doing dances for customers at tables.
This is the first time the 20s Club has allowed a camera inside.
Ooh.
But the club is still protective of its customers and dancers. Jenny is the only one allowed to appear on camera. Her experience with the customers and her fellow workers at the 20s Club eventually became the subject of her honors thesis at UNO, entitled Work and Gender, a Midwest Strip Club Ethnography.
I want to take that stripper's glasses and step on them. Like Woody Allen and Take the Money and Run. The nerve of that phony to try to sound like a genius who's having to step into the whore industry for a little while. God, is she irritating.
In between making lattes.
Can we hear the name of that? I can't remember what she just said. The name of that, possibly again?
The name of what? The thesis?
Her thesis.
Oh, I think I got it.
It's with the customers and her fellow workers at the 20s Club eventually became the subject of her honors thesis at UNO, entitled Work and Gender, a Midwest Strip Club Ethnography.
Ethnography?
Ethnography.
What?
No one knows.
Did we stump Anthony? Ethnography. What is that?
Ethnography?
ETHNOGRAPHY.
Is it any type of a history of a certain ethnicity? That's one that I can think of.
I would think, ography, some type of...
some type of
Ography. And then eth being of the ETH variety.
I hope the definition is to ethno.
To ethno.
All right, ethno.
The location of the
ethnography. Okay, a branch of anthropology dealing with the scientific description of individual cultures.
Oh, okay. It is kind of like ethnic.
All right, here we go. And finally...
But why did she have to call it that? Why couldn't she call, I made coffee and stripped by, and then put her name? Why would you try to sound...
Because she's a smarty pants.
Let's call it Stripper Diaries.
Yeah, Diaries of a Stripper.
Something dumb like that.
Exactly. Or things I thought while I was lap dancing some creepy businessman with dumpster breath. want to be honest about it.
Well, that's the subtitle. You know how you have the catchy title, then underneath it, it would be what Jimmy said. So it would be awful. Stripper Diaries, and then subtitle what?
Thoughts I've had while giving lap dances to creepy businessmen with dumpster breasts.
You know she doesn't shut up about this, too, at the strip club.
Yeah.
Like you know, in between songs, which is the worst time for a stripper, when they kind of cover up and start talking to you about their life. And, yeah, I'm doing a thesis on this. Are you?
And then
great.
And then you, as Joe Businessman, you look her right in the eye and go, if I wanted to hear you talk, if I wanted to hear a woman talk, I'd go home. Messed up the line.
I didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, he didn't. Apparently the machine says different.
All right, and, well, this is what she's trying to get done with her ethnography.
I think it's a very, very worthwhile topic for us to really look at.
Professor and chair of UNO's Sociology Anthropology Department, Shireen Rajaram, applauds Jenny Heinemann's courage and says only with this kind of first-hand account can sociologists identify real issues and dispel stereotypes.
I mean, it's a huge industry, right? And so I think it is important for us as sociologists, as anthropologists, to really shed light on some of the issues, especially the social injustices.
Jenny says the biggest injustice is the stigma placed on her fellow dancers.
Yeah. You know, a lot of these women are doing this to support their families. Several of them are single mothers. They work very hard in a job that can be quite tiresome.
If nothing...
See, I don't get it, because it's happening in the porn industry, too. Like, we've had a lot of porn stars on our show and strippers, and they want some kind of, like, respect for what they do.
Sorry.
It's like, sorry. I'm not going to sit here and, like, verbally abuse you or something, but I'm not going to respect you because you're a porn star, and now you have to be... what are they? They're called exotic... What are they called now?
Adult film stars.
Adult film stars. You can't really even call them porn stars anymore.
But I don't know what myths are they trying to dispel here?
Yeah.
Like, okay, some of them are single moms. Well, I'm surprised. You mean some of them don't have healthy relationships? I find that hard to believe. And some of them support their families, and everyone knows that. It's not the family. It's a boyfriend who does meth and hits them.
Yeah.
We've all seen the suitcase pimps dragging them. What are you where's the myths?
This is, I think they should leave it to the people that actually frequent the clubs and see these girls, a lot of different ones, and are able to take a nice sample of these girls. You realize that they are usually very effed up, alcoholics, drug addicts in horrible relationships with a lot of abusive men. Where's the stereotype?
Yeah, look, if you're looking for respect, then don't be a stripper. If you're making $1,000 a night and more, you're not really going to get a lot of respect.
Daddy issues.
If you want respect, go get a job as a secretary, toots.
That's it.
And if you want to dispel myths, have customers go, you know, after the song was over, she sat and talked with me for free.
Yeah.
There you go.
For free. Yeah, it was great. She's really smart. She didn't ask me to buy her a drink.
She gave me her real name.
Yeah.
All right. Here's
spelling myths. Stop it.
Here's the end of the story.
They work very hard in a job that can be quite tiresome.
If nothing else, she hopes to raise awareness of inequities and earn the dancers the respect she thinks they deserve.
Yeah. Get to know your local stripper. That's the message. We should end on that. Yeah.
Oh, great. There you go. To all you serial killers out there.
Yeah, just get to know. Start stalking.
Start stalking. Yeah, because that's what the local stripper wants, to actually get to know the customer.
Get to know her.
Yeah, all right.
Strippers don't want to know us. That's the problem.
They don't want to know exactly. All these guys that are going in there want to know the strippers more.
They look at you as a wallet, a faceless, nameless wallet.
More money, please. Oh,
get to know your local stripper.
A delusional ass.
Could you imagine you're the dummy going into a strip club because you saw that story? Like, I just want to get to know you.
Hey,
so
did you see that news report?
Did you watch American Idol last night? I couldn't believe Jordan won.
Yeah.
Excuse me, are you going to pay for the next lap dance or what? If not, I'm going to move on to the guy next to you.
And she will move on.
I'm just getting to know you.
I saw a report about you girls, right. And, you know, you do deserve a little more respect. Shut up. Cough up some cash or I'm moving on.
Look, you know, both sides know the deal. Simple as that.
It was a phony story. It was phony, the way they were all trying to doll it up with brilliant language.
Yeah.
You strip, and you wanted to strip, and you made good money. Good for you.
Yeah.
Talk to the poor saps leaving broke who have to explain to their wives why they have no money. Because the wife won't have sex with them and the stripper led them on. She pretended she wanted to get to know me, and then when I was broke, she didn't.
Right. She got to know me until I ran out of money. That's what happens.
That's it. You're on the clock with them.
Yeah, all right.
Not that I blame the strippers, though. I'm sure most guys that go in are awful. You know, those people that I don't want to talk to for more than 30 seconds, they have to sit on their lap and pretend that the guy's funny and cute.
But that's the deal. Like, that's the give and take of both sides. You know, how about they do a news story on the guys that frequent these clubs much too much? You know, the guys that are in there a lot. I'm not talking about the occasional go out with your friends thing, but the guys that are in there all the time. Do a story on how they should be respected because they're supporting these girls. No, they're a bunch of creeps running in there. We used to talk about all the different types of guys that would go in. We'd point them out. There's old guy. There's naive guy who thinks he's going to get something, going to get a relationship.
At the end of the night.
There's the sap who just gets drained of cash all night long.
And there's
he's the go-to guy.
Cheapo.
Yeah, that cheap guy that hones in on other people's action.
Other people's lap dances.
If you're sitting next to it, you got to sit next to the sap.
Let's just put it this way: you're changing seats a lot.
Yeah,
throughout the night.
The best place to sit is next to the sap, the guy that just keeps the money coming out, because then you're right next to him, so you're able to look and see everything he's seeing.
You get some good angles too.
You don't want to sit next to the old guy that's like penny pinching.
There you go.
Bad seat.
Let's go to Jason in Connecticut. Jason.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
I have actually written an ethnography for one of my grad courses, and maybe I could shed a little light on what it is.
Boy, can't wait to hear this.
Great.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for this woman, an ethnography is not a bullet between the eyes, but it's part of...
Wait, hold on a second. Oh, sir? Aunt?
Yeah, I was...
Hold on. Okay.
No. Oh, my, I'm telling you something. How did that not go in?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
All right, tough morning. Anyways,
well, it is tough morning Thursday.
Yeah, true. It's part of social anthropology. So this woman is basically trying to say that strippers are their own, almost race of people that are unique in their own way.
All right, know what it is. We just ran out of stuff to write about.
Yeah,
basically.
That's what it comes down to. Like this lovely lady probably went to her teacher and said, "I want to write an ethnography on poor people, on migrant workers, on illegal aliens," and the teacher's like, "No, done. Everyone has done that, and this is the last thing to write about."
Let me guess, a stripper. Ooh, controversial.
Ooh, I like it.
A little controversial, but that's good. That's good.
All right, Jason, thank you.
And I'll tell you,
take it easy, guys.
I do respect strippers as a real job. I mean, a lot of these girls are making $150,000, $200,000. Good for you. If you can make that kind of money doing something like that and drinking and hanging out all night, I mean, knock yourself out.
Yeah, but don't expect to get the respect of a woman that's, I don't know, built herself up in the workplace.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I never know how she... I mean, some of them build themselves up legitimately, but strippers are fine with me.
No, I'm talking about the ones that slept their way to the top. I respect them. That's
makes me want to be the boss.
Let's go to Philly. Keith, listening on WISP. What's up, Keith?
What's going on, boys? How you doing?
All right.
Good evening.
Anthony, you need to congratulate yourself for not knowing what ethnography is today.
Ah, really?
It is one of the most BS-filled things that a grad student does. Everyone does it, and I had to do one recently on my school in Philadelphia, and you realize to yourself, I'm just observing how animals act. And basically, this is what someone said. I hang out at a strip bar. Let me observe them. And that's what they did. They took the least constructive thing they could have done with their life, and they made a great out of it. And good for him for doing it.
How much have you been taken for in strip clubs, sir?
What's that?
Sounds like a very bitter customer.
Yeah, you seem a little bitter. How much money have you been taken for?
Take the fifth.
All right. Thank you, sir.
He fell in love with one.
Yeah.
He believed her.
Yeah.
And then she skipped town.
One more before the break, because it is phone call.
Thursday.
Victor on Long Island, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
The fact of the matter is, strippers don't have a soul.
Yeah, that's true.
They have no soul.
Oh, it's true. Look right into their eyes. You'll see nothing.
Yeah.
You'll see absolutely nothing.
The soul was extracted by some evil father or stepfather years ago and never grew back.
The evil stepfather took her soul. Coming to theaters Friday.
See, I think strippers are givers. I think they're because they take complete zeros and they put their heinies on that man's lap. That man should be paying for that.
Strip clubs are made for guys that are like in their teens that get into a strip club, and it's very exciting at that point. And,
dude, I remember going to my first strip club when I turned 18. Danny's Den out there on, well, now it's a parking lot for a supermarket on Jericho.
Yeah.
I was out of my mind. I'm like, what? This goes on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because before that, you know, if you're lucky, you get to see a little something.
It was two-dimensional. Magazines.
Mostly two-dimensional.
Magazines, things like that. But, yeah, mine was the Tender Trap over there on Jericho Turnpike. The Jericho Turnpike was just loaded with strip clubs.
Tender Trap's still rocking, right?
Yeah, I think it's still there.
I think they finally remodeled after 30 years.
The place stunk. Walked in there, they had that shag carpeting that was there for ages, and it just smelled like stripper when you walked in there. But I remember as a teen boy walking in there, way underage. But whoever was behind the bar, I think it was some biker guy, gave me a beer. I paid for it in like $1 and a few quarters, and just sat there and milked that beer for about 3 hours. And the guy was kind of getting a laugh out of it because I was just sitting there staring at the girls and breathing heavy.
Yeah.
And I just was like, forget about it. Once I got home, I had to change. It was just a wreck.
Senses overload, man.
Yeah. It was great when that first girl came out and she's dancing around in like her little nightie type thing. Yeah. And then you're going, is she going to take this off? Does this come off? And then you're like, oh my gosh, she's topless. I'm looking at real boobies. And you're just all freaked out about the whole thing. It was just this sensory overload, man. Oh, it was great.
Sensory overload.
And then I walked out with a buzz on because I had one beer. I couldn't walk straight because certain things were happening, and I had to walk home hunched over.
You know,
and the light hit me, and it was like walking out of Dorothy's house into Oz. Everything was a new color, and it was a new world for me.
I was thinking Brubaker.
Brubaker after being in after spending 30 days in the hole, you're just there in the pitch blackness, and you open up, you got to squint.
You know, going back to Little League after that, just
yeah, that opened up. It just changed.
It kind of lost its fun.
My whole life changed after
all
that.
All of a sudden, you're with your pals, like, hey, you want to go to the yard, the schoolyard, and play some baseball?
Just doesn't have the same.
I think I have a new game for you guys.
Yeah. My mom's like, Anthony, why don't you play with your microscope and chemistry set anymore? Let me tell you something, Ro. It just ain't doing it for me anymore.
And then Dad finally's like, it's about time
you
become a man.
You go. He's a man, Ro. He went to the strip club.
Finally.
Maybe he'll stop whining. All my little dinosaur toys went into a box and got stored away in the basement, never did see the light of day again. It was over.
Yeah.
Yep, no more watching Wonderama on Sundays.
Now it's like going through like cable channels.
Sorry, Bob McAllister.
Now it's now you would go through cable channels that are scrambled and
looking
to get a peek of something.
Looking for something good. Definitely a life-changing moment right there. Man. Absolutely.
Hey, you want to go ride bikes? I've seen the promised land. No. Mom, sell my bike. I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, don't need it. Get in a car. All
right.
You're 12.
Yeah, it's Opie and Anthony.
Hey, I'm glad that Jimmy's on my side with this. I don't know where Anthony falls on this. But this is the type of thing that just makes me sick. This happened since our last live show. The kid, the 11-year-old, and the massive hog that he shot for no reason whatsoever.
You sort of made it sound a little different than the story I had read. The 11-year-old kid and the massive hog. Like, what story is this? Is this another teacher gone bad story?
No, it's the latest kid's book.
Little kid and his big hog.
This kid, I don't know if the hog was coming at him or if he just saw it. And he said, he just recognized that was the biggest hog he was ever going to see in his life. but he shot it. It was 1,051 pounds and 9 feet 4 inches.
Damn!
And this 11-year-old fat boy...
It's a big pig.
Shot it with his little pistol, and I want to...
If it was a bigger pistol than a little pistol.
Well, no, this is the problem.
His fat little face.
The kid shot it, injured it, and then they followed it for hours through the woods, continuing to shoot at the thing. I gotta make it perfectly clear. I'm not an animal rights activist by any means. I've never donated to an animal charity.
No.
I don't really... in general, I don't really care about your pets or anything like that, but these type of stories just drive me nuts. It's like,
why is that?
Just leave the thing alone. It got up to over 1,000 pounds just minding its own business.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere. No one even saw this thing.
Little douche had to go and shoot it with his stupid father. Why don't you teach your dumb son to read? Why don't you rent him a good movie or get him a good book?
It's the gluttony of humans. This is what drives me nuts about humans, just the gluttony that we all have.
Do you have audio of what he said, how it felt?
Yeah.
Which is why I just want to kick this kid right in his little fat sternum.
Yeah, here's the story.
11-year-old Jameson Stone has...
And what drives me nuts, the happiness of the news report. Like, this is a big day for everybody. It's not a big day for the hog. He was just minding his own business, going about its hog life.
Yeah, which is obviously awful. Hogs don't do much.
No.
Make awful noises.
11-year-old Jameson Stone has quite a story to tell his friends in school, that's for sure. He brought down this 9-foot, 4-inch long, 1,000-pound hog with a pistol.
I was scared, a little excited. It was pretty nerve-wracking at first, knowing I was about to go after that big old hog.
The big old hog, as he calls it. Well, he and his dad were hunting in East Alabama when they came upon the monster hog. Bigger than the mythological Hogzilla that was thought to roam southern Georgia back in 2004. In fact, they're actually making a movie about that Hogzilla, and now apparently the producers of that movie are talking to Jameson about a possible role.
Let me ask you a question. This is what else he said, too. They don't have that quote there. It feels really good, Jameson said in a telephone interview. He's 11. It's a good accomplishment. I probably won't ever kill anything else that big. How about yourself, fat boy? That's an accomplishment? You shot a big pig?
Well, you do have to look. You do have to look at where this is coming from. It is coming from the South, which is steeped in a tradition of hunting with their children.
His father just easily could have married that thing.
It looked like mama.
I understand all that. It's just the world. I don't want to be a part of it. It's just disgusting.
That just stinks. Leave the animals alone, you dopes.
People
eat it.
At least Uncle Ted eats every part of the body. Thank you very much.
People that eat stuff is one thing. I don't mind that. And I'm not an activist either, but, you know, it's like, I don't know.
They mount that head on a nice plaque and put it in their trailer or something.
Great.
It's just
that'll look nice.
Jimmy, hookers.
Jimmy, do your Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted does it a little differently. Like, you understand what he does. He shoots these things.
I don't trust Uncle Sam. I'll do it myself. Thank you very much. Uncle Ted's here. It's just a matter of what you say.
It's got an answer.
What about accidental shootings? That only happens, you silly liberal. It doesn't happen with white people. Uncle Ted's talking. Just settle down, simmer down, sit back, relax. Uncle Ted will take charge. We get it.
Uncle Ted will do all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, Uncle Ted will do the heavy lifting. We get it.
Just sit there and listen.
You wrote 5 mediocre songs in the 70s. Shut up, Uncle Ted. We get it. Cat scratch fever. Wow, 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 wow. Good. Mouth.
I like that song.
Me too. It's the only one I can think of, though.
What about Stranglehold, baby?
No.
I wouldn't know that if you played it for me.
No. You don't know Stranglehold?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh, wow. That's too bad. There's a reason they call him Uncle Ted. He knows how to...
He's a very good
He knows how to work an axe.
Good, let him do that.
He eats every part of the body, though.
That's fine.
He's not wasteful.
Well, who's saying these people aren't going to eat that giant pig?
That pig is rotting in a driveway somewhere.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that big pig. Why would you shoot for... Look how great that thing is.
If you went hunting for boar... Let's see, you're hunting for that type of animal, and you see the biggest one you've ever seen, ever. You're not going to think, wow, that's majestic. I ought to just let it go and live its life. You're going to shoot it so you can go, look at what I shot. This pig is bigger than any pig you've ever seen.
No, I know that, but why hunt for boar? Like, that's what bugs me. It's like, look at that.
People do eat boar. They eat it. It's pig. It's pork.
I understand. I even save stupid insects in my apartment. I'm a loser.
I have to because of my girlfriend, but
the only thing I do kill is I'll kill cockroaches, and I have no problem frying mice in my little electric traps. But everything else I save. everything else.
Bugs to me are nothing. They are not real life, so I kill them at will. I have, like, posters up in the little bug post office of my face. I'm a bug killer. But anything else, I feel bad. I can't hunt. I used to hunt for, like, rabbits in California and stuff.
You ever hear a deer?
I felt bad.
You ever hear a deer cry?
Oh, no, that's Dove. Sorry. That's when Poe cries.
And I'm sure a hunter will call and go, that's not really him crying. Well,
Right.
to me, it sounds like crying enough that I could never hunt.
If a hunter wants to do something, why don't you do this? Instead of pointing your big, long, hard rifle and shooting like a man, why don't you do it at home, stupid? Maybe if you took care of business in the bedroom, you wouldn't have to run around and prove your masculinity by firing at something that doesn't have a gun. Leave it alone.
It is a long tradition in this country, hunting.
When they needed to hunt, that's one thing. When Indians were running around causing a ruckus and wearing the fur and stuff, that was needed. Now it's
hunting for sport. Not like Trenton, but or Manhattan. You're not going to go around hunting. But in Alabama down there, those people are still hunting for their food, squirrels or whatever. There are certain people in certain towns that depend on hunting. I don't know what this kid's all about. I don't know that. It doesn't bother me that he shot this thing. I couldn't do it. I'm not a hunter. I love shooting. I love guns. I love going down to the range and target shooting. That's a lot of fun. But as far as killing something, unless it's an intruder in my house, which I would take great pleasure in, no, I'm not like the kill. I can't kill a deer or anything. I felt bad killing like rabbits when I was hunting rabbits to eat those things back in California. But I like shooting. I don't like hunting.
Why do women almost never hunt? I mean, occasionally I'm sure there are some, but the majority.
Because it rhymes too much with what they are.
Why don't women hunt? Are you crazy, Jimmy? We invented hunting to get away from them once a month.
It just annoys me.
They're gatherers.
Little fat boy sitting there standing behind the pig with his little picture taken. I wish he would have woke up and bit his fat face and then died.
Yeah, there's something about it that bothers me too, man. Hunting for just the hell of it just drives me nuts.
This dumb father acting like a...
But I'm not going to be out there protesting or anything. You do whatever you want. But me personally, it's disgusting to me. The other thing, there's another story. They killed a lizard in Florida because, people... They keep insisting on building these homes closer and closer to wildlife. Yeah. And then when the wildlife decides to do what it's supposed to do, just explore, and all of a sudden it ends up on your lawn, they got to kill the thing.
They got to shoot it.
Because there's kids in the area. Kids that'll grow up to be nobodies, but you got to protect the children from an alligator or a lizard from doing what it just normally does.
Yeah, that wasn't even an alligator. It was this giant lizard. Something you...
That's the story today, too. They said, we had to kill it. There were kids in the area.
Can't you just take it somewhere else?
Yeah, how about you just trap it?
And relocate it.
And relocate it. It's just looking around a little bit.
Bunch of panty wastes in this room.
Look at this fat face on him with his stupid chin and his fat... If his father wanted to accomplish something, he would have taught him to do crunches or hit the gym and stop looking like that thing he was shooting at.
Look, they got to pick him up with a tractor.
Exactly.
Wow. That is a big... Wow, you are a fat little kid, aren't you?
Fat little face.
There he is with his big pistol.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
They had a good old time. Let's say hi to One Buff Girl. One Buff Girl, what's up?
Morning, boys.
Good morning.
I just wanted to say I have a feeling it's not going to be his first time on TV, since one of the first signs of serial killers is killing animals.
Killing small animals. Well...
Nah, this
guy's like hunting.
Yeah, this is a lifestyle that I have no clue about.
It's not like he's burying kittens up to their head and taking the old lawnmower out.
Yeah, people do that?
I've always heard that one. Haven't you heard that? Where you bury a kitten or a puppy up to their neck and then, yeah. I heard that when I was a kid. I think it's urban legend. I don't know how many people really did that. That's pretty heartless.
Yeah, why not? If you get the lawnmower, why not just ask the cat to cut the grass so you can relax and have a lemonade? Get it?
No.
All right, One Buff Girl, thank you. Let's say hi to John in New York. John, what's up?
Yeah, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, and a 50 caliber handgun he was using is Smith & Wesson 500, 50 caliber bullet. He unloaded a full clip on it and had to chase it down, reload, and keep shooting.
Yeah, they chased this thing for hours, I guess, through the woods.
Well, they say they're a real problem down there because they tear up, like one can tear up like an acre in a day. So they just try to hunt. They're a nuisance. The season's open all year round, 24 hours a day. They can hunt all night for them.
Oh, yeah?
You know what?
Yeah.
I think humans are the nuisance on this planet.
Well,
quite frankly. Comparatively speaking, if you want to talk about nuisances, I think the humans are at the top of the leaderboard. I think we're way more of a nuisance on this earth.
We need a better predator than ourselves. You know, we're pretty much occasionally an animal snag one of us and show us the what how and give us a bit of the old business with their claws.
Nah, every once in a while you get Godzilla. He makes his way over to America.
Oh, that never happens.
We do have cancer, though. That's like quite a job.
Yeah, things like that. Disease, but, animals have disease, too. I think we need, like, a good predator that we are their prey and really have to look out. Could you imagine having to look over your shoulder all the time, wondering if this thing was going to shoot you with something or so they could eat you or just put your head on a wall? Now we would be united as a race of just human beings.
That would calm everyone the F down. That would calm everyone down.
Certainly would.
Speaking of cancer, Jimmy, if you look at Earth as an organism, humans are cancer cells on the Earth. Destroying everything in their path.
I don't know, because if we just go away, the Earth will get better, believe me. The Earth will heal itself in a matter of years, just a few years. If people disappeared tomorrow from the face of the Earth, this planet would be perfect in a few short years. Relatively speaking, so I mean like a million.
Yeah. Hey, we're talking animals. You gotta do the goose story. If you're doing morning radio, you gotta do the goose story.
Oh, and a funny story.
I understand it's Rock Scream Tuesday, but goose story, come on.
What goose story?
Oh, this little ditty.
All right, well, now Alabama man is doing his best to help an injured neighbor. He tried to remove an arrow that was shot into a Canadian goose's head. Take a look at this. As you can see, the goose is in quite a predicament here. Now, Tony Cooper found the animal strolling on his grass. He quickly tried to remove the arrow, but he says it's been there for a long time, so he was only able to get half of it out.
Yeah, the arrow's right through its little goose head.
Looks like he got the feather side out.
Yeah.
But then the pointy end is still sticking out of his head a good 8 inches or so.
Yeah.
So he's got to walk around with this pointy end of an arrow sticking out of the side of his face.
Do you know what an ass that goose must feel like?
In the goose community, he is just an ass. You're right.
He can't just blend in, because, you turn around, and then, all the geese look alike.
Of course.
You can spot that dummy from a mile away.
There he is, old arrowhead.
That's the Steve Martin goose.
Arrow is healed in the goose's head. And I think if we caught the goose and tried to remove the arrow, we'd probably harm the goose. I hope he's more comfortable with only half an arrow in his head.
Well, the Alabama Wildlife Center says it's going to try to capture the goose and remove the rest of the arrow. Meantime, neighbors say the goose is eating and doing remarkably well.
Well, that's really horrible. Last week it was a cat. This week a goose.
I don't understand why people need to shoot wild animals with arrows or anything. Let them be.
Thank you.
Know?
Wow. We all get along. Salvatore.
Let them be.
Thank you.
I didn't
have my moments.
That was amazing commentary, right?
Yeah.
Let them be. All right.
I'm right.
Shoot wild animals like a house cat.
Yeah. Or a goose. I guess it's a wild animal, but...
Well, really, is it?
No.
Hey,
any wild animal that you could just throw seeds at and they come at you. I don't think that's a wild animal.
Right, really.
Tell you the truth.
It's a fruit.
Mac. You just throw some corn kernels at him and he's your pal.
Let's go to Ziggy and Boss.
I'm doing that with a tiger, with a Bengal tiger.
With a little crunched up bread to try to get a bear over.
Yeah. See how he just goes whack, whack, whack in front of you, or he bites your throat out.
Ziggy! What's up, Zig? How's Boston?
Boston's good, man. Married. I'm a tile guy, and I was calling about killing animals because I got crows in my backyard every morning.
Yeah, you can kill crows.
Yes,
we're gonna make our list. You can kill cockroaches, you can kill mice, you can kill rats, you can kill crows. Dennis Leary does the greatest bid where we save only the cute animals.
That sounds good.
It's so true.
I don't know. Minks are kind of cute, and we'll just rip their skin off.
Yeah, I guess you're
and
right.
For some reason, you have to electrocute their private areas while you do it. They do things that you couldn't possibly fathom why they have to do it. Like, first they got to put these electrodes on their private areas, and then we put a noose around their neck and stretch them out to a length of 10 feet. Right. Then we hit them with baseball bats all across their back to crush their spine into a fine powder. Then we squeeze like space food. We squeeze their guts out of the exit.
And at any time, if they die during the process, we got to start all over.
We got to start over.
Because now the mink is ruined.
The fur is ruined. So
they have to be alive through the whole process
of dead mink that we have here. But it's the only way, because if you don't do it this way, the coat isn't as smooth.
Look, we killed 10,000. We were able to get 100 minks. The rest
100 out of 10,000
were useless because they died during the process. Because can we admit as humans that we just stink? That's all I want from this radio show, to all of us just acknowledge that we suck. Humans suck.
Let me tell you something.
Look around. We suck.
I understand, but we are the S on this planet. We are king crap of Earth. So we do whatever we please until somebody or something says different. That's how it works.
Why do people, look, again, when you need something, I wear leather sometimes. But when you need a fur coat made out of real mink, it's like that just becomes like a status symbol. That there's nothing more than that. It's like it's silly.
Yeah,
it's silly.
Is it?
That's why I think so. That's why I can't go to movies. I bring it up from time to time. I can't Pirates of the Caribbean, #1 at the box office, whatever, 115 million over the weekend, right? I cannot go to a crowded movie theater because the gluttony of humans.
You just hate the gluttony.
It drives me nuts when my girlfriend has to actually, kind of hold my hand and go, calm down, it'll be all right.
That's the gluttony of Americans, too. You gotta
just
realize
humans in general. Oh, you think Americans are even worse?
There's difference, but we're pretty bad.
I can't, when I'm sitting in a movie theater waiting for the movie to start, and this is before the previews when it's kind of quiet, and then the previews start, and then, every movie starts off with a very, very quiet scene, and all you hear is food, 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 feed my face, feed my face, feed my face, feed my
washing it down with your tasty beverage.
And the candy wrappers. I need more food, 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 food.
Annoying.
Feed my face, feed my face. Drinking soda that you can't possibly finish before the end of the movie, but you do because we're humans and we're just full of gluttony. Oh, it drives me nuts. And I know I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I eat my popcorn and stuff, but it sounds like locusts. When you get a few hundred people eating popcorn at the same time, it's a noise I cannot handle. I can't handle it.
You have sound things, though. Your brain works like that, because vacuums, there's certain sounds that get you. It's a sound thing. It's the way you're wired. There's certain sounds that
this morning we had to change the light bulb right above my head here, and I was trying to do it myself. The squeakiness of changing the light bulb drives me insane.
Oh, that. You're very sad. You unscrew the light bulb.
And I know, this is not normal thinking. I'm just sharing the stupid crap in my head. I can't go to a movie theater because of the gluttony of humans opening packages and stuffing as much treats into their face as humanly possible before the movie starts.
I'll have a box of goobers, please. Could I have the big box of goobers?
Goobers? I wish it ended with just goobers. Goobers, popcorn, extra butter, extra salt, big, huge, soda.
I need the 8,000 pack of Twizzlers.
Right.
Because I'm going to eat 50 miles of licorice.
Right. That's what I'm getting at.
Could I have the juju beads? No disrespect.
No disrespect.
That's what I'm getting at. And you just hear these noises coming from all directions. And I can't.
Enough.
It drives me insane.
Oh. I don't worry about that. I've been to a movie theater in years.
Well, you see all the movies, though.
Oh, I know. It's amazing.
You haven't
just picture them in my head.
You haven't had human contact in years. Why are they showing women's bosoms? The montage today is women's bosoms.
Oh, the B-roll. We love news B-roll because you try to figure out what the story is.
It's all about bosoms today on Good Morning.
No, they were showing fat asses in the office earlier.
Yeah.
They were doing B-roll of just fat people's asses walking down the street, and now they were just showing women's bosoms as they walk down the street. And, of course, you never see their head because then you'd need some kind of a clearance for them to use it.
The montage was bosoms. Could we find out why they had a montage of girls' bosoms? And they were all different sizes, so I'm thinking it wasn't about breast implants.
Yeah.
So what's the deal?
I don't know.
Is cleavage in?
Maybe.
I bet it's a bra
We've been noticing with the girl.
It probably
is a bra thing.
Yeah.
All right, we'll try to figure it out.
Do you notice with the fat B-roll, could that happen anywhere else? That's why I was saying America seems to be a very gluttonous country. Do you think in England They could do a lot of that and get a lot of B-roll. Oh, they're fat English people.
I don't know. They've colonized the whole world. They're gluttonous too.
Yeah, well,
they couldn't get on board in Iraq fast enough.
As far as scooping up other nations.
Oh, no kidding. The montage in Britain is they do the teeth montage.
Yeah, okay.
Rotting teeth. Just rotting.
Scurvy.
Right.
Scurvy is back with a vengeance.
Teeth looking like an old graveyard.
Excuse me.
It's Opie and Anthony. Anyway, Ashland, a bank that Anthony used to do a little banking at, had a little bomb scare overnight or yesterday.
Yeah.
And basically, it turns out it was a promotion or something.
I have no idea. Was it? I didn't read that. Boston's been getting a little shaken up with these promotions that go on. First, it was those light bright little things
that shut down the city.
That shut down every part of the city as the bomb squads were out chasing light brights. And now all I heard was a bomb threat at a bank in Boston, and it turned out that a picture of an old-fashioned type ball cartoon with the fuse coming out of it bomb was faxed to the bank.
And it said something like the countdown begins or something like that. And then it was like it had a lighter or something ready to light the bomb.
Yeah. Well, the Boston police quickly faxed over a picture of their bomb squad, which then diffused the situation.
Here's the story.
Well, employees at a bank in Massachusetts were in a panic when a picture of a bomb came over the fax machine. They notified police, who then evacuated the area, but it was just one big mistake. It turns out the fax machine malfunctioned, and only half the transmission came through. It was actually a promotional ad for the bank's upcoming Small Business Commitment Week. Now, bank officials say they regret using a picture of a bomb in the ad. I bet they do.
I bet they do.
It was the bank's own promotion?
Yeah. The video's great. The whole bomb squad was in the parking lot of the strip mall in Ashland.
Yeah, I remember going there.
A bomb looked like that. That's like the cannonball with the wick coming out of it.
Yeah, it's Spy versus Spy bomb from Mad Magazine.
Sure, yeah.
That is the typical bomb.
They usually look like a backpack, don't they?
Yeah, that goes hand in hand with the bag with the money symbol written on it as the crook runs from the bank with it. That is the dumbest bomb. I have a bomb. We used to eat breakfast or lunch before the show at that strip mall. Remember that guy that used to make the sounds?
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, that was in that same shopping center.
Oh, my God. I forgot all about him. I haven't thought of him in like 10 years.
Such fun.
Yeah, whatever. Another story for another day.
Yeah. It was just some guy that used to, we would eat, and we figured it was a fluke the first time. We were laughing, but he'd come in there like every day, a little diner, and it would disgust me so much I couldn't eat. Couldn't go there to eat anymore.
Remember the big, like, goiters he had on his head?
He had big goiters on his head, and he would just go... like coughing up phlegm.
We were jumping up. We thought we had to save this guy's life, and some other local had to tell us, nah, he just...
Does that all the time.
He does that when he's eating, not eating.
It's horrible.
And then he just had these massive goiters. It's like, if you're trying to run a business, you'd have to tell the guy, look, could you help me out?
It's like, excuse me, we do have the right to
you're horrifying the customers. Please go somewhere else.
That reminds me of my old neighborhood. We had a butcher, right? How old is that, right?
Butcher.
It was a butcher, right? And I was watching a lot of the Food Network. You got to make friends with your local butcher. Go down and get a good cut of meat. So I walk in there, and this guy had he had like vampire-length nails, and he looked like he'd been smoking for 40 years. And he wasn't even using gloves.
I don't want that.
I'm just like, keep pork chops there.
Go to your butcher. Don't buy the meat at the supermarket. Go to a butcher. Yeah, should I?
I was watching Mario Batali. All his recipes start with like a pork shoulder, like stuff you've never even heard of.
Steer clear of that Food Network.
Yeah. And on death row is collecting jokes, and we'll use the funniest one at his last statement when he is executed later this month.
Oh, let it be a Jimmy Norton joke from his HBO special.
Oh my!
Would that be great? Right before they inject them? Is it injection or electric chair or hanging?
You got to think this guy has a twisted sense of humor. We should just send him all your jokes.
I would love that.
Oh, would that be great?
There you go, Pest. You got a nice little mission. How do they get a hold of this guy?
I don't know.
Is it on a website or
His
something?
name is
Not like
Patrick Knight.
Patrick Knight?
Patrick Knight. He's he's I guess in Randall County, wherever that is, in Texas somewhere. Do we know where he is, Stan?
Probably Texas. That's
Texas,
the only city that
oh, boy.
still executes, I think, at this point.
Better get the jokes in quick. They don't mess around in Texas.
No kidding.
Yeah, he was looking for a joke. He shot 2 people to death 16 years ago, his neighbors. And
16 years to kill somebody.
He said, I'm not trying to disrespect the Werners or anything. And he's saying, I'm not trying to say I don't care, but I'm going to die, and I'm not going to sit here and whine and cry. And he's had about 250 wisecracks mailed to him on death row.
Wisecracks. He's cracking wise.
Oh, or emailed to a friend who has a website for him.
Oh.
So there is a website for this guy. His name is Patrick Knight. I'm sure you could find it. And he says lawyer jokes are popular. Some of them are a little on the edge. I'm not going to use any profanity if I can find the one I want, or any vulgar content. And then he goes, but it
perish the thought.
Wouldn't be bad if it was a little on the edge.
He doesn't want to say anything profane. Well, you are pretty much right there at the precipice, ready to go see whatever side. You might want to, kind of try to count your blessings and see if you make it upstairs.
Yeah, 2 Jews walk into a bar. I can't wait to see them up there. We all politically correct humor, just in case their God is the right one.
All right.
Wow.
Anyway, I was talking about the interactive part of this radio show. And then you got the pal talk. Then you got the girls, with their cleavage, because the cleavage is in this year.
Yes, I heard cleavage is the new black.
But Pal Talk is terrific, and we appreciate all our Pal Talkers out there listening to the show and showing us a little something from time to time. They tend to show us boobies when we're getting a little boring on the radio, which is very nice for everybody.
I was on the Pal Talk last night at the house for a little while.
Yeah.
I do that at home, too. Pop on, see who's hanging out. Because at any time of the day or night, you could pop into an Opie and Anthony fan room on Pal Talk, and there's just a crap load of people in there.
Yeah.
And their cameras are on, they're interacting with each other, doing things, getting naked. It's great.
Do you see, sex acts on Pal Talk?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. Sex acts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you see, guys just getting yelled at by their chick?
Yeah.
For being on the computer too long?
There's just anything. Anything can go on.
Yeah.
You have no clue what it's going to be until you pop it up. It's a little smorgasbord of just porno, some of them very boring windows. And then I was clicking through everybody's little picture windows, and there were some, attractive girls and some dogs. And
Wait, what are the dogs doing to the attractive girls?
No. I mean doggedly women, not quite as, because there are some really hot girls. Yeah. And then, some girls that maybe should keep the cams off. And then all the guy fans are just like everyone we see out there.
Oh, really?
They just either got a whack bag or a FBA shirt on, and they're just usually very rotund. And they're sitting there staring into the camera at the attractive girls.
I was reading in the Washington Post this would be a perfect time. We were just talking about this in the office. Years ago, Ant and I said that, we're coming to an age where everyone's just going to live their lives online, and their lives online are going to be way more important than their regular lives.
Your dull life, usually when I know when I was working for a living, it was pretty much a dull life. You try to make your little moments for yourself, like had a band and things like that. For the most part, you go to work, you go to a job you pretty much don't like, you come home, you eke out your bills and stuff like that, maybe catch your favorite TV show, things like that.
Can I interrupt you? I got to just tell the boys in the back office, there's a radio show that's trying to set a record by having, a lot of people, play the guitar. Can you get that audio? This is the business that we're proud to be in, I got to tell you.
That's the cutting-edge stuff you're able to do these days.
Wow! Anyway. So, your boring life.
Yeah. So, you get online, though, and you could be anything. Be anything you want. You're so... And it depends on how immersive the game or activity is online.
Can you be
as to how, exciting your life will become.
Can you be a chick with big boobies?
You could be anything. Anything. There are games out there like EverQuest, which I've played, and EverQuest 2, and then World of Warcraft, where you could just be these, valiant crusaders with big, nice swords and weaponry, and then, you know, you're the big guy. There could be a raid going on with like hundreds of people, and you're the leader. You're the guy. And then when you're done with the game, you schlep off to bed maybe, and then get up in the morning when your alarm goes off and get yelled at by your boss. But that night, you were leading hundreds of people to slay a dragon.
And if you do it right before you fall asleep, you get to dream about how cool you are.
Exactly.
And then you feel like you're actually that character.
Yes.
And then the alarm goes off, and harsh reality sinks in. You're living in your parents' basement at 32 years old, and you work at the local deli.
Yeah.
Getting yelled at because you're not making sandwiches fast enough.
Yeah.
But I was reading about Second Life in the Washington Post.
Yep.
I wanted to tell you what character I want to be online.
Oh, what do you want to be?
I want to be like a neighbor who has really big boobies. But they're kind of hanging low. They hang low.
Hang low.
And I'm a bit chubby because I've been in the neighborhood just kind of wasting away.
You're not going to make yourself a hot chick?
Nah, that's hack. That's easy.
Hack, okay.
Anyone can be a hot chick online. I want to be...
I want to be a little bit of a mess.
I want to be a mess. I want to have the big boobies, but I want them to hang a little low.
Okay.
And I want to wear nothing but like a house coat.
Just a house coat?
Yeah, so everyone knows that they're hanging a little low.
And what do you do?
I just want to see if there's any...
Walk around your yard yelling at people?
I just walk around the neighborhood and stuff and see if there's any takers out there.
Any chubby chasers online?
But I don't want to be like... I don't want to be close to hot, but I don't want to be like smelly messy. I just want to be kind of messy.
Kind of messy.
Yeah, so...
Well, a house coat might make people think you're smelly messy.
Well, a house coat is just to show off what I got.
Oh, okay. That you're hanging.
That they're hanging a little low.
Right. and you
maybe back in the
junk.
day. Maybe back in the day they were a little perky, but not anymore.
And then you got the junk in the trunk. I don't know.
So Second Life, I was reading about it in the Post, and there's some real issues with this game I'm hearing.
Well,
there's like a rape case or something. There was some kind of rape online in an online game, and they're trying to, turn it into a real case.
They're trying to make some type of legislation. I don't believe it's here in America as of yet. But they're trying to make some type of legislation which would make it illegal to perform violent acts or thefts against people in virtual worlds. So if you see a hot girl in this virtual world and you decide you're going to pummel her and have your way with her, you could be held on real life charges for assaulting somebody online.
I'll tell you why that's going to be almost impossible to do. The laws are different everywhere.
Right? Yeah.
You're online with people in Australia and
well, that's why
Germany.
They can't even figure out the online gambling thing, It's illegal here in the States, but people could still do it because they run the sites offshore.
Right.
Things like that. So, I don't know how they would do that. But just the thought that they would want to do something like that where it's complete role play is insane.
Well, I was reading the article in the Washington Post while we were down there, and it was kind of creepy because it's like, there are guys that are having sex with underage girls in this game.
Yep.
But they're not underage girls. It's a character that
probably some guy.
Probably another guy that's his character, or maybe a woman that has some kind of fantasy or fetish. So, in the online world, it's an older guy having sex with an underage girl, and all this stuff is going on. Everyone's exploring their fetishes and their perversions. And people are outraged, and they're trying to set real laws. What is Second Life anyway? It's not really like a video game where you get anything accomplished. You're just kind of living a life online.
Yeah. And then if you do something like you just described, you get to, hi, I'm Digital Chris Hansen. You were trying to have sex with this digital woman. Why don't you sit down and have some virtual lemonade?
You know what's funny about the article? There's a woman, because then there's regular people that just think it's kind of cool to live their a little life, a different life online that's not as crazy as what I just described. And she has a house. I guess you could buy property and stuff.
This game, apparently you can buy stuff for real money, and then you own it in this virtual world. And then whatever you bought, say you bought a bar, it would cost you a certain amount of real life money. You'd have to pay real money for this bar.
Right.
And then once you have the bar, you open it up and people have to pay to get in. Now, whether they pay in virtual money that you can use online or real money, I'm not sure of. But
I think it's a little of both.
There's a way to, make money at this game. And then some people are being robbed of their possessions. And,
yeah.
Yes,
I am almost speechless.
Jimmy's just been sitting there with his jaw dropped going, this is going on.
Hey, Jimmy, now you know how we feel. I mean, let's be honest here.
But at least I walk away from a situation, having had some type of a sexual experience. Like, people are spending their hard-earned money to own a bar, like, on the computer.
And they're making money at it, and this one woman.
Well, you're I don't know, but you're exploring a part of your personality that you can't really do.
That you can't do in real life.
Or like exactly. Bar and make some friends.
Exactly.
Right.
Lack thereof. Maybe this woman or some woman is not the most attractive girl. When she goes to the bar, she's maybe mocked, laughed at.
They're hanging a little low.
Yeah. She's watching all these cute girls getting guys, and then she goes virtual online. She could make her character look all hot.
Right.
And now she goes into the virtual bar, and all these guys are fawning over her. She's having virtual sex with them.
Yeah, she gets that feeling that she doesn't get in regular life. I understand it, to be honest with you. I just don't have the time to get into something crazy like that. But I
never played this game before.
The part of the Washington Post article that was kind of funny. So this woman, she seems like just a regular broad, just kind of having a little fun in Second Life, not doing anything crazy with her character or anything crazy in the game. But she
owns a little property.
She owns a little property. And right next to her property that she was proud to purchase and all is a underage sex club.
It opened up next door, and now she's trying to buy him out.
She's outraged. She's trying everything. She's going on the message boards to complain and
alerting the authorities.
And she's trying to get it shut down. She's trying to buy him out. It's like this is
there's a parade of young girls in little schoolgirl skirts walking in and out of this place, and guys, and apparently there's sex going on.
And she has just a regular house right next door.
Next door. She goes out and pushes the shake fist button on her keyboard.
Why?
Why you?
Oh, that's funny. Her pretend character doesn't like his
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone should go over to her house with a monkey wrench and beat her virtual head in.
Just break your computer, unplug it, and say, get a hold of yourself.
See, that's real life, though.
Here's the article.
You gotta virtually just pound her.
Earlier this year, one animated character in Second Life, a popular online fantasy world, allegedly raped another character.
Excuse me, can you point out that the media can't even say raped? They have to say allegedly when it comes even to cartoons.
Even cartoon fake online had to say, allegedly.
Don't even get me started. For another day. Some internet bloggers dismissed the simulated attack as nothing more than digital fiction, but police in Belgium, according to newspapers there, opened an investigation into whether a crime had been committed. No one has yet been charged.
Whether a crime had been committed, it's like open and shut right there.
Then last month, authorities in Germany announced that they were looking into a separate incident involving virtual abuse in Second Life after receiving pictures of an animated child character engaging in simulated sex with an animated adult figure. Though both characters were created by adults, the activity could run afoul of German laws against child pornography, prosecutors said.
They're waiting to see what their religion is before they prosecute in Germany. I think anytime you read about Germany doing something that's kind of a holier-than-thou thing, hey, we got to check into that. You go, oh, yeah, that was them. Back then.
What a bunch of goody two-shoes they're turning into.
Yeah, I know. What happened to this conquer the world thing that they were so hung up on for so many years?
Feast or famine with you people?
So they're trying to figure out if this stuff is crossing the line in the cyber world. In World of Warcraft, a game that Ant has played, the most popular online game with an estimated 8 million participants worldwide, some regions of this fantasy domain have grown so lawless that players said they fear to brave them alone. Gangs of animated characters have repeatedly preyed upon lone travelers, killing them and making off with their virtual belongings.
Yeah, it's called being a noob. It happens in every game. When I first started playing EverQuest years ago, I used to get just hounded for my stuff. All the time. You'd be afraid to carry anything with you because you'd just get killed. Because you didn't know. And then you'd have to go through the game. That's part of the challenge, is to get uber enough where you are then kicking ass.
Right.
And then some people, and then you do the same thing. You turn around and go, look at this guy. I'm just going to beat the crap out of him and take his stuff.
What does uber enough mean?
It means, you're mighty. You have good weapons and armor, and your level's high. And I used to have to kill these things called gnolls. They were like wolves, Opie.
Yeah.
And I'd have to kill them and collect their teeth, and then run their teeth back to this general guy. And then I would give him the teeth, and I would get experience points and money, and I'd be able to go out and get better stuff. So a shortcut to getting these teeth, I'd run through something called the arena. Now, I didn't know this arena. No one could touch me in the town. It's illegal, so no one could hurt you. But when you run through the arena, all bets are off. So I would just run through, and I must have done it 100 times. One time, I'm running through, and I see this guy sitting kind of Indian style, just sitting there. And I run through, and all of a sudden, I'm what's called rooted, which means you can't move. So I'm sitting there, and he stands up and just starts bashing me. And I can't move, and I'm just typing in, but I'm just turning in gnoll teeth. Don't hurt me. Oh, my God, I've worked so hard for this level. Please, please, please don't take my stuff. I'm begging. And he just looked like this massive, monstrous character, and he's just raping me right there. Just killed me and made off with my stuff.
That is hilarious.
And I'm there. You're standing there in your underwear when it's done. You have nothing. You're in your underwear with no valuables, no money, no weapon, nothing. And then you just gotta go back to killing a mouse, turning it in for a copper penny, and hoping you can buy a hat with it, and then just continue going. It's part of the game.
Well, go to, I hate promoting them because they stink, but go to YouTube. I'm sure Break.com has the same thing. We love Break.com. And just punch in Second Life in your search, and you'll see the real Second Life game. They're showing the sex clubs and all the stuff that people have created online. Gotta tell you, it's a bit hot.
Looks pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
I've never played it, but I might have to.
It's a bit erotic to say the least. And this was all created by people that are in the game, right?
Yeah. Does anybody play this?
Somebody created this strip club that we're looking at. One of the videos that made it up to YouTube, and looks like a fine strip club.
Does anyone in here play this? No. Do we know anybody that plays?
I don't know. Well, we have to take a break. We'll have to. Hold on, we'll have to take a break, and we'll get a first-hand account of Second Life. Really fast. 2 years ago, Japanese authorities arrested a man for carrying out a series of virtual muggings in another popular game, Lineage 2.
Yeah.
By using software to beat up and rob characters in the game, and then sell the virtual loot for real money.
Beat up. That is so funny, just beating somebody up online.
But they actually arrested this guy in Japan for doing this.
Could you see just some nerdy kid who just wants to get online and have a little fun and not because he gets beat up at school, and he makes this character online, he goes online and just gets beat up online too.
Good.
And has his stuff taken.
You know what? It's teaching them a lesson.
It really is.
More realistic.
Look, they're in a sex club, sex dungeon.
Ooh.
Another video we're checking out.
Sex dungeon.
So, anyway.
Nice.
I saw this in the Washington Post while we were down there, and I was really, really fascinated by it. I can't believe we're heading this way.
Yeah.
We could actually arrest people for doing, when it's adults, by the way. Adults doing just crazy crap that you can't do in the real world.
People are getting upset. Unbelievable.
Anyway, it goes on and on. So we have to take a break. We got someone on the line that played Second Life, and we'll get into other things on the show. We got a Roger Clemens update. We have a Roger Clemens update. Get that Susan Waldman clip ready.
Oh, my God!
Also, Paris Hilton was killed in jail last night.
Yeah,
so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Tragic
shanked,
story.
I hear.
Just hitting the wire.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happened? She was shanked or something?
Shanked.
With gnoll teeth.
With Knoll teeth, yeah.
Knoll
I'm going to give the Knoll teeth.
I needed Knoll teeth. It was the best way to make some money and get experience.
He just sat there and waited for some tooth carrying nothing.
That's what he did.
Smashed and raped your character. Good boy.
He really did. He left me naked.
Just skipping along.
I was so happy. Teeth. I had a whole bunch of Knoll teeth.
Yeah, Knoll teeth. All right, and we'll take your phone calls.
Did he take your tampons too?
Everything.
Jimmy just doesn't get video games. I was a fan of that game there. You had to feed them and they had to go to work and.
The Sims.
Thank you. Yeah, I did the Sims.
It's like 8,000 versions of that now.
I think I played the first version.
Yeah, definitely.
Then it got boring.
It got a little boring waiting for my car to come to pick me up for work.
I like being the dictator. I like that game.
Yeah, that one doesn't work out for me either.
Well, you just start as a little guy on an island and you...
Tropico.
Tropico. I like
Tropico, and I would play Tropico, and within a couple of hours, like I'd be doing very well, but I wouldn't build schools. I wouldn't put anything toward the infrastructure, and the people would get mad, and I would take the mad people that got angry with me and just put them in prison or kill them.
Yeah.
And then after a while, this ruling with an iron fist thing just doesn't pan out.
Yeah, but you know what? That's why I play those games. I don't play it to play it the right way.
Oh, my girlfriend is a whiz at them. She, put all money toward the schools, and then she's playing for hours on end. She's in, her 50th year of ruling it, and the populace just loves the way she's running things. I run things for, virtually 5 years, and everyone wants me dead.
Yeah, but that makes it fun when you realize that there's the point of no return, and they're all coming at you.
It's like, El Presidente. Right. There are dissidents. El Presidente. I'm like, lock them up.
Right.
Lock them up. Your prisons are full. Build more prisons. The people are complaining there are no schools. Don't care. Build more prisons. Take the complaining people and kill them. And it's like you have to set an example, so you just kill a bunch of people, and then the people quiet down for a while, but then they start rising up. Even worse, throw them in jail. I had prisons everywhere.
That's how I play.
And then finally, somebody just whacked me or something.
That's how I play, too.
Oh, you can't rule with an iron fist.
Yeah.
Not for long.
All right, we have to take a break. We're really late.
Yeah.
877-212-5762. That's how you get a hold of us. It's Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony. 92.
Good morning. It's Opie and Anthony. And little Jimmy Norton. Talking about Second Life and other things. Let's say hi to Joe in Massachusetts, listening on WBCN. Joe, what's going on, man?
How do you do, Joe?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Joe.
I can't believe you guys are talking about video games and living the Second Life on video games. I mean, it's such a loser activity. It's unbelievable. I had more respect for you guys when you were talking about The View.
Yeah, but dude,
get a life. Go to the gym. Go outside.
Dude,
talk to a girl in real life.
We're just talking about something that's happening a lot.
Yeah, and what do you think? All of us are doing this because we're talking about it?
It's something that's going on. I think it's pretty interesting that people are getting arrested for stuff they're doing online with other adults.
That's the other thing. I mean, cops have nothing better to do than to make laws about video games. I mean, it's a friggin' video game.
Well, Kevin from Connecticut, he goes, how ironic that the game is called Second Life when none of the people on there have a first life. I find it really interesting that there are people that would rather live their lives online than in the real world.
Well, I mean, if they're smart enough to actually go online, why don't they actually, improve their career? Go out and meet a real girl. I mean, do something.
That's so hard.
I think it's probably easier just to do it online. You could jump ahead fast. You're a fat chick and you always want to be a hot babe. You just make a hot babe character. Boom. Solves the problem.
Fat burning pills. I mean, get a good job and get some plastic surgery.
The fatty chicks love making the little wood nymph characters. They make the skinny little characters.
Yeah.
Make them all hot looking, and then they go to these conventions sometimes where they all get together in real life, and they have their characters' names, and sometimes they dress like their character. And they meet in real life at these conventions, and you realize,
Wait, they dress...
She's not quite the wood nymph. She's an oak. The mighty oak. Yeah, they dress like their characters.
And they'll meet somewhere?
Yeah. They'll have like a convention.
Yeah.
EverQuest does it every year. They have a big one.
And does the government monitor this and then just set the exits on fire?
Chain the doors, douse the place in Kero, and boom.
Let's say hi to Fireman Len from Jersey. What's up, Len?
Good morning, boys. Second Life player for 2 years, also an owner of an internet radio station which streams live on Second Life, and yeah, I'm a Second Lifer for sure.
Wait. True, too. Okay, I forgot about that aspect of the whole thing.
You built a radio station online?
Yes, we have an online radio internet station. If I can plug it in, it'd be great. And we stream in a game of Second Life. We do weddings, we do clubs. You can hire us for Lindens. Linden dollars, Anthony, is the form of money they use in Second Life, and it is on the stock market, and it is exchangeable for American dollars. For example, we own an island in Second Life, and you have to be a mature member by putting credit card information in when you join Second Life. In order to be a mature member, go to these mature sites. You can do anything you want in the mature sites where you cannot in like if you sign up without the information. Anyway.
So you go to your, what do you got going on your island?
We have clubs on our island. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I was asking, what do you have going on there on your island?
Well, we have stores. We sell things on the island like eyes and clothing and skins and you name it, virtually anything you want to make or fabricate, and if you got a little bit of knowledge of doing it, you can do all this stuff. And yeah, there is a lot of people out there that make a living on this. Believe it or not, selling land in Second Life is very profitable.
Do you ever take a trip to your island for real in real life?
Yeah. Exactly. Internet DJing is awesome in Second Life too, and we do get paid for that also.
How does it feel to relax on the tropical island and have fun and be the big kahuna? And then you get up and your seat still smells like ass.
Yeah, but for little Jimmy, I hate to say this, I also did get molested in Second Life. This character's called. They're called. It's called yuffing when a character jumps on you.
Yuffing.
Second Life. Yeah.
And if you've been yuffed.
Wait, you're just minding your own business and you can be yuffed online?
Yeah. A gang of youths begin yuffing you as you're jogging?
How come you can't fight them off?
Well, you can try to, but it's really uncomfortable when
No, it's not uncomfortable because all you're doing is
it is uncomfortable.
All you're doing is pushing a space key a lot, trying to get them off. How uncomfortable could that be?
Two damage.
Right. Ouch!
These characters are called furries. They dress up as animals. These people that are in Second Life, and these furries will jump on you, and they call it yuffing. And what they do is they actually sell equipment for a clean word that you can put on your body to use to do this situation in Second Life.
Oh, really? Like things that can be strapped on?
Yeah, but it's actually attached to your body.
Uh-huh.
Well, how do you get it off, sir? Like, say you're done yuffing and you want to go back to the work in the hardware store. That bleeds into real life. What do you do when you're done with yuffing?
Well, when you make your character, there is nothing down there. You can buy these attachments for 1,000 lindens.
Okay, so you got to buy an attachment, so and then you can go yuffing. And then, can people see you coming with the coming at them with the attachment on, and know that they're going to be yuffed?
Yes, and there's keys that you can use on the keyboard to make it do different things.
Hey, someone is suggesting that you should go yuff yourself.
Yeah,
that was whack bag entry from Pal Talk. They're saying go yuff yourself.
Wait, sir, if someone's yuffing you, can you get them off by poking them with your knoll teeth?
All right, that was Anthony, Jimmy.
There's knoll teeth in my pocket.
Yeah. I think the knoll teeth could come in handy if you're being yuffed.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely, Jimmy.
Somehow, I don't know. How come they're so powerful? Why can't you just hit them over the head with something?
Yes.
Well, you can. There's other things in Second Life that you can do to push them off you. They have scripts that you can write.
That's gotta be annoying that you're just trying to live this life and
this teddy bear comes up to you
and starts yuffing you,
sexually assaults you.
I don't want to be yuffed.
I wouldn't want to be.
Hey,
yuffed.
Does the yuffing go to completion?
Yes, you can. Like I said, you press a button and it can do any number of things.
Any number of things.
So you're just trying to get some Nolte, and the next thing you know, you have to explain to the labyrinth lady why there's tapioca in your hair.
Labyrinth lady. How funny would that be? You have to walk around in this virtual game looking for a shower, and it's very obvious you need a shower.
You have to go see a counselor. I just wanted to see the labyrinth lady. No, I need a counselor. Oh, the whole world stinks.
Oh, boy, this guy isn't a fan favorite. Steve Bayshore, this guy created something new. Dead air with talk still on it.
You know what, though? It's not every day we learn something new. I didn't know it was called yuffing.
That's something new, yeah.
That's all right, we want to talk about the twisted angle of this Second Life game. I think you got it started.
Okay.
Thank you, Fireman Len.
Fireman Len.
Thank you. Can I plug my station real quick?
Yeah, well, yeah, go ahead.
It's www.club69radio.com, and thank you, everyone.
Club 69. Wow,
there he goes. Hey, I get it.
Wow, why don't you call it Club 68 and then, I owe you one. Come on.
Club 69 Radio, guys.
Wait, but how do you listen to it online? I don't get it. Like, if you're in the Second Life world.
If you own the land that you're on in Second Life, you can stream it live by just dropping in a URL, which is radio.
And then then if you visit your club, this music from your station will be playing?
Yes, we stream the music. If you're an island owner, you can stream the music on your island.
Oh.
By putting in the URL, which you can find on our website. Or just ask anyone.
Oh, sorry.
Oops, you virtually hung up on him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Didn't really happen.
No, that didn't
just
happen.
Virtually.
I think he just yuffed our ratings.
No, I think it's kind of interesting to people that crap's going on.
I didn't know the whole protocol there that you had to buy something that you use.
What bothers me is that the fact is we don't have a cure for AIDS or cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody took all this computer knowledge and said, all right, I want to be able to get some characters to put on teddy bear outfits and rape other characters. Why would you think to do that?
Yeah, what's your motivation there to direct your energy to doing that?
I have more respect for real rapists. Like, at least you know why they're doing it, as awful as they are. Why would you sit at home and create a program to make someone... I don't get it.
I think because they want the virtual world there to have all the good things and all the awful bad things.
Yeah.
So, you go in this virtual world and you could... Is that the guy we were just talking to?
Oh,
wow, you're good there, E-Rock.
Yeah, this guy is perfect for Second Life.
Yeah.
He's perfect.
All right.
We got Fireman Len's picture up.
Is he at his radio station?
He sure is.
Is he?
He's broadcasting, man.
What's his name in Second Life? Mr. Gazzo? Is he going to see Rocky fight Apollo?
Oh, wow!
You got to see this.
Bravo, Jimmy.
He's got a big mustache and the dark sunglasses, like the glasses that are tinted. I love this guy.
Let's say hi to Cigars and Scotch. What's up, buddy?
Cool.
Hey. If you're already stuck in that position, you might as well lay back and enjoy the yuff.
I would think you would just let the yuff happen.
It's virtual, I mean.
Because it's not gay, because it's a yuff.
And nothing's really happening to you.
Right.
Although some person, I read, their character was sexually assaulted online like this, yuffed, and it left them psychologically scarred. They can't enjoy their character anymore. They used to go online and enjoy doing what they did, but now every time they look at their character online, they just think of what happened.
Yeah.
And so it's getting this whole crossover thing between the computer world and reality.
Yeah.
What do you do? I mean, gee whiz.
All right.
You'd make a new character.
Yes, exactly. You go out and make a real friend.
And just yuff people.
But we have this... Oh, she is here? Okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
We want to get this out of the way. This is hilarious. The Spelling Bee champion. Travis found this? Travis, man, this was a great find.
God.
We were laughing so hard in the office getting ready for today's show. The Spelling Bee champion goes on CNN, and there's one of the most awkward and horrible interviews ever to be done on CNN.
Yeah.
The newsreader... they think, I could do this interview.
I'm going to wing it with a kid. It'll be great.
Yeah, hey, Henry, I got this one. Don't worry about it.
Kids say the darndest things, and I'll be able to riff with the kid. It'll be funny. It'll be like a Letterman segment when he has a kid on.
So, Spelling Bee champion, the CNN anchor, some woman, I don't know her name, split screen with the kid.
And the kid is giving up nothing. There's this awkward silence, and she gets. You could just see how uncomfortable she's getting as the interview goes on.
You know why? This kid is like one of the.
He's an uber nerd.
He's an uber nerd who obviously has some type of social skill difficulty.
Yeah.
Because I gather he's homeschooled. We learned that from the little interview, and he doesn't really. It doesn't seem like he knows how to communicate with people.
Why the interview? I'm sorry, why?
He won the spelling bee.
He's the type of kid he could tackle like college chemistry at 8 years old. But he can't have a conversation with a girl.
Yeah,
yes. We've all had these kids in school when we were growing up.
Can he spell? Can he define D-O-U-C-H-E? Because that's what he is. Stop spelling properly, you little dork.
Well, this is just so worth playing today. Here we go. Reporter introduces kid and gets his name wrong. And listen to the kid.
Well, here he is, America's newest letterman, beating 285 other spellers to win it all. Evan Dorney, the 13-year-old king of the words. He had no problem taking the crown as America's spelling bee champ. Evan joins us this morning. He is from Danville, California. He joins us from Washington on the morning after. Evan, thanks for being with us.
You're welcome. Did you say my name wrong? My name is Evan O'Dorney.
Evan O'Dorney, I am sorry if I said it wrong.
That's just the beginning. Believe me. Did you say my name wrong?
Almost sounds like Sam.
It's Evan O'Dorney. I got a camera. My head's full of candy.
See... We all have different priorities. Someone can pronounce my name wrong. I'm like, whatever. But for a kid like that, it's everything. Like,
hey, I'm on the news.
Hey. Evan wasn't surprised he won.
What did it feel like when you heard the word and you knew that you knew how to spell it?
I saw that I was going to win, and I just saw that because I had been studying really hard for 2 years, it just seemed like a natural conclusion.
Were you surprised that you won?
Not really.
Wait a minute, I know what he is.
Surprised that you won either. You were quite confident.
He's somebody going through a sex change operation.
I love the kid's voice.
Sounds like
he's the worst person alive.
I want his voice on my iPod. It's that damn good.
He is somebody trapped in the body of the other gender. It can go either way.
Yeah. And he doesn't know how to, handle anything with any tact or... she'll say something, and he'll pretty much just be, no, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to win.
Right. This kid will be ruling the world in another decade.
Oh, he's horrid.
Evan describes training for the bee in a long, boring way.
What do you do to train for a spelling bee?
Spell?
Well, we've gone through the dictionary and written down any of the words that we think I might have trouble with. And so, and during the phase of the dictionary, we don't attempt any memorization. And then, once we've gotten through the dictionary, we started to use different coloring systems to help me remember the words and indicate which words were still giving me trouble.
Oh my God. And I feel that if God had his way, he would have given me a vagina. But the fact that I was born with this unsightly thing, all into this childhood.
He's just
actually, he sounds like Roland.
Yeah, he sounds a little like Roland.
He sounds like Friday Wide.
He sounds like if Roland and Sam had a kid.
Yeah.
There's a little of both of them in there. God, he's just an uber nerd, man.
He's got no social skills.
None whatsoever.
He could not carry on a conversation with this woman interviewing him or anything.
Right. It's interesting, though, that they use colors to memorize. That's kind of...
yeah, that is weird for spelling. How the hell you do that?
I don't know. It's weird how the brain works.
The G is green. Oh, maybe that's how they do it.
And when you say we, you're speaking about your mother, right? You're homeschooled.
Yeah.
What is that like? Do you like getting homeschooled, or would you rather go to school, just a public school with
She's
someone?
Dying here.
No, I like being homeschooled.
What did your mom say when you finally won?
Well, I don't know what my mom said.
I thought he said, I don't know, my mom's dead.
What?
I thought he said, I don't know, my mom's dead.
No.
But he said, I don't know what my mom said.
Yeah.
Okay. At first I thought he was laughing and said, no, my mom's dead. She's dead.
I don't know what my mom said. You better ask my mom if you want the answer to that question.
All right, let me ask
combative.
You're making this tough for me today, Evan.
Yeah, she's just like,
oh my God, I'm live and this kid is a 0.
She did all right though. I mean, that's a rough one. You know? Okay.
It's giving bumbling one-word answers.
This is CNN though. It's not just it's not local news. You expect this from the local news, definitely. In this next clip, Evan and the reporter discuss tuna subs.
Well, here's one thing I hope I'm right about. You like to eat apparently a Subway tuna fish sub before every competition. You didn't get to do that yesterday?
What did you just say?
I said you didn't get to do that yesterday?
No.
Why not?
I'm not sure. We just... Well, they had a special dinner before the beef.
I got you. So you didn't get a chance to eat your brain food.
The special dinner before the beef.
Can you see her losing her patience? I got it. So you didn't get to eat your brain food.
All right, look, kid, couldn't you just say, yes, I ate the sandwich, and it was great, and I eat it because it makes me think better. And,
oh, he's all about details, man.
And meanwhile,
that's
right
what
there,
nerds are about. They can't go with the flow. It's
and
like,
the dopey kid right there in that one sentence just blew a huge Subway endorsement.
Right.
Like Subway sandwiches probably would have been, this is great. The kid wins the bees on CNN. He's talking about eating Subway sandwiches before that. Oh. No, he didn't. Okay, forget it.
He doesn't have the street smarts, though.
No.
It's all about details and getting them right.
Spelling that word.
Right.
How would you Blimpie uses them now? He didn't need a Subway and he won everything.
Simpy.
Subway, food for retards.
Here we go. This is getting better and better. Listen to that.
Can I ask you about whether or not you can spell this word that I'm about to give you right now? Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Scombridae. It's a noun. Marine food fishes like mackerels. Perhaps some of the things that are in a tuna sub. Can you spell it for me?
Okay. Now, she's trying to do it like they do it in the contests, right?
Yeah.
She goes, okay, it's a noun. Sombridae, or whatever she said. It's a noun, something with the fish industry. Like, you got to give him this little bit of information, and the kid can't even play along with that.
Right.
He's got to be combative.
Right.
This dopey woman reporter is just trying to like do the piece. And here, spell a word. We'll have him. Okay, we'll ask him about the Subway sandwich.
Right.
We'll
how
ask
he
him
prepares.
how he prepares. His mom is proud.
Yeah.
And then we'll end it off with him spelling a word. We'll give him a hard word.
Yeah.
And what do they do in the spelling bee? You give is it a noun or something? Okay, this will be good. He'll go with this. This is his forte.
Yeah.
And no, he's got to be combative.
Right.
He's got to be combative because it's not like the bee.
And she probably, went for a 2-hour lunch going, I got the spelling bee.
Yeah,
that's
spelling bee
easy.
kid's easy.
Easy.
An easy one.
But this was 10 painful minutes on CNN.
I'll take 10 of these, aside from one presidential candidate.
Right.
It's going to be a piece of cake.
This is a breeze. Don't worry about it.
We'll ask him to spell a word. Wow.
All right, listen. So she goes, spell Scombridae.
Tuna sub. Can you spell it for me?
Well, let me make sure I'm saying it right. Scombridae.
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 Yes.
So it's plural?
Yes?
Scombridae. It's French?
I don't know that part. It's basically the family of fishes that tuna is a part of.
See, because in the spelling bees, whatever questions the kids ask, the person that, I don't know, moderates the spelling bee, I don't even know what you call them, they have all the answers. So if you go, origin?
Right.
Well, it's from the Latin,
right.
Okay.
And that stuff is really important in these spelling bee competitions.
It goes into how words are spelled.
Is it a French word of Latin origin?
Yeah.
Yes, French word of Latin origin. Use it in a sentence, please. They got all these things, and this woman just figures she's going to pull out this word word, and the kid's going to spell it, and
he's going to spell real fast, and they can move on to something like some dumb Paris story or something.
But the reason these kids can spell these words is because they know the format of a Latin word or a French word, so they would know how the word ends or begins. You can't just throw a word out to a kid. She's like, is it French? Hey, kid, come on.
She's ready to have just a crying fit on TV.
Just get me the Paris story and get rid of this kid.
Get rid of this kid. Well, here he goes. Evan tries to spell.
Scombude.
That's right. Unless I'm saying it wrong, like your last name. I hope not. Scombude. You want to just give it a try?
Yeah, if you're not saying it right, I'll probably not spell it right.
Blaming her.
But I can't spell it without the language. Is it Latin?
They're telling me it's Latin.
Okay. Scomberdae.
You got it right. There it is. Yes or no? B-R-I. Oh, you added an extra E. I'm sorry.
We have another clip, don't we? We have another clip when a joke bombs. When one just misses.
You got it right.
You got it right. Oh no, wait. You left out an E.
She thought she was finally out of this uncomfortable interview.
There it is. Yes or no? B-R-I. Oh, you added an extra E. I'm sorry, but you know what? That was pretty darn good.
But you know what?
It doesn't end there. He can't walk away with her blaming him.
Right. It's like, bitch, you have the word in front of you.
Yeah.
How do you not just read it while
right.
You got it right. I don't care. Get rid of this kid.
All excited.
That's what she was doing. Yeah, that's right. Hey, leave.
We have one more clip, and of course, Evan, he's all about the details. He ain't going to just...
He's not going to take that.
He's not going to take that from the news anchor.
I'm not going to take a good try from you.
I know.
And did you say Scombude or Scombude?
Scombude.
Scombude?
Yes. You want to try one more time?
Are you saying it's Scombridae?
Ding, ding, ding. That's it. You got it. So not only did you win the most important one, the one that gave you the cash, you won the Little American Morning one as well. But really...
It's because I couldn't hear you. I thought you were saying Scombude.
I got you.
The E.
I needed to pronounce it better. But you know what? You're a champ, and congratulations. Hope you're enjoying the victory lap, Evan. Oh, Dorney. I'll get it right from now on. See you later.
Okay.
Okay. He just blamed her at every turn.
And she's like, okay, you got it second try. Good try.
Yeah.
You got it right. I'm sorry.
You got it right.
You're not talking to a regular 8-year-old or 10-year-old.
No.
Guy can run circles around you as far as knowledge goes. All right. I don't know. I can't get enough of that kid. Yeah, he's great.